And welcome to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting high school football. It's the Spartans from Greenbrier East, 0-1, taking on the Beckley Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles, 1-0. As we welcome you into the Dutch Miller Beckley Auto Mall pregame show with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Jackie Moon on camera. And as I look, we finally see the stat man making his way in, Mr. Chris Farish. Better late than never, but he'll be in time for the kickoff. Well, Eric, we know about the rivalry, Beckley, Greenbrier East. No matter what they play in, they bring out the best in each other. But here lately, Beckley's got the better of East, winning the last two, and a chance for Beckley to go 2-0 for the second straight year. And what do you think we'll see tonight from these two teams?
Yeah, and one thing with both of these teams, this game is circled first on the schedule. And like you said, if these teams are playing marbles, they're going to give their best. I think tonight it's going to be a tale of two things. If Greenbrier East can stop the plethora of backs that the Flying Eagles will run at them. I think they had 11 guys tote the rock last week for 20 yards or more. Yeah, they put 38 points up. They had 2 touchdowns called back, and as you mentioned, Eric, they had 11 different guys that ran the ball. That's the plus side. Now, I don't know if you want to call it a negative, but they only completed 1 pass. But when you run the ball that well, you don't have to. But what is a negative that Coach Surratt definitely wants to clean up tonight? Beckley had 11 penalties last week. Yeah, and if you're a primarily run team, you don't want to be behind the chains, and that's one thing. You say your biggest jump is from game 1 to game 2, so if the line can really control those penalties, look for them to amass a lot of yards maybe on the ground tonight. Greenbrier East last week, they went on the road and lost to Point Pleasant 26-7, so the Spartans are looking to bounce back tonight. They're getting ready to play the national anthem, so we'll take our first pregame break. You're watching live streaming coverage of Beckley Greenbrier East football here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience, 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Offering a variety of primary care services, Access Health specializes in women's health, pediatrics, family practice, adult medicine, and behavioral health. Our staff offers quality personal care with exceptional service and innovative technology to keep you and your family well. Access Health, we're your medical home.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
lock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. And Eric, right before we went to break, we're getting ready to talk about Greenbrier East. But one of the things in this rivalry, both of these coaches are very familiar with each other. For the head coach of Greenbrier East, for Ray Lee, this is his 9th season as the head coach of Greenbrier East. For Beckley Street Surratt in his 8th. Yeah,
and they both had, battles along the way, and both of them have had a chance to have a win streak, as Greenbrier East had won the 2 previous before in the COVID year before Beckley was able to rattle off the last 2 wins.
Yeah, with the schedule each of these teams are going to face after tonight, if you're going to make the playoffs for Beckley the 3rd year in a row, they'll need this game. We'll go ahead and take another break, get you ready for the game at the bottom of the hour. Beckley Greenbrier East. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school football here on Video Productions.
Former college football player, I realize that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate. Every bite better with Pepsi.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. And don't forget, we have one of the largest selections of inventory to help find you that perfect ride. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
We're dealing!
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fourth down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Touchdown, Little Whip. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Welcome back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley. And Eric, we're waiting for both teams to make their way onto the turf here at Van Meter Stadium. Before we go to our final pregame break, there's a game that's already started. In fact, a lot of games have already started because most of West Virginia kicks off at 7. This game obviously at 7:30, but Independence is now in front. You have an update?
It's tied 6-6.
It is now tied. Independence scored first. Oak Hill just tied at 6-6, and we were told, as we have a reporter over there from Loot Press, Heather Belcher, we appreciate her, as she texted me that Linksweiler, the outstanding back, was hurt and had to come to the bench. So we'll keep you up to date as we get more information here in the Beckley Auto Mall Dutch Miller pregame show. Take our final break. When we come back, we'll put it on the tee. It'll be 0-1 Greenbrier East against 1-0 Beckley, streaming here on Video Productions.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert Z. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
And we welcome you back into a very smoky Van Meter Stadium. And while we're in that commercial break, Eric, as Beckley made their way out onto the field, it looked like that the bottom of the bleachers was on fire with all that heavy black smoke we saw.
Yeah, and it's youth night, so they had a little smoke show before all the. That's definitely got the crowd into it.
Yeah, beautiful night and a gorgeous evening for football. The temperature's fine, got a little bit of sun, and it'll be out of our eyes hopefully by the first couple of drives of the first quit. Eric, before we get going, before we have the toss of the coin, your keys to the first half. And keys to the first half are brought to you by Indoor Air. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of Raleigh County Sports. For all your heating and cooling needs, you can dial up your Amana dealer, the good folks at Indoor Air, at 304-890-2212. So, Eric, first of all, if you're Greenbrier East, for East to pull off what I think many would call an upset, what do the Spartans need to do?
I think they have to play mistake-free early in that first quarter and try to establish some kind of offense to maybe keep the Woodrow running backs at bay.
And for the Flying Eagles, Coach Surratt, what will his troop need to do?
Well, you know what his MO is. They need to establish the line of scrimmage, and I think if they can do that, they'll have their way with Greenbrier East. But the key is the offensive line really getting off the ball.
And, Eric, as we mentioned in one of our earlier segments, Beckley used 11 different backs last week, and that has got to be able to wear you down. When you got that big offensive line and you can continue to bring in fresh people to run the ball.
Yeah, and that's one thing, though, to get all the kids to buy into that, because you didn't have a 100-yard rusher. I think the top rusher may have had like 70. I don't know the stats, but to have everyone buy in, hey, you get your touches and you make good with your touches. And
well, if you have a pie or you have a pizza pie, isn't it better to divide it up, have 8 or 9 different slices than 1 or 2 people eat the whole thing?
Not like you do at Giovanni's. You take
I eat the whole thing, right?
The majority of the pizza.
All right, the captains are out at midfield, and we are waiting for the toss of the coin to see who is going to start with the ball. Once again, it's a gorgeous evening. Been a really nice day and on into the evening here on this first day of September 2023 here in the Raleigh County area. And, of course, for Greenbrier East, a shorter trip now that they got the new road, which is, I say new road, it's been there for a couple of years anyway, but now it's like only like a 45 minutes for Greenbrier East to get to Beckley.
Yeah, nice drive, through their county to get here. And this is what you want, man, on a Friday night under the lights. Good weather, good atmosphere, and I'm excited to get this one.
While we got a minute, we want to tell you about the good folks at Edward Jones Financial Advisors. You work hard for your money, so when you retire like I have, you can turn to the professionals at Edward Jones, the Financial Advisors. You can dial up Heather Cantley, 304-254-9995, or you can talk to Wayne Rhodes at 304-253-7335. Also, want to let you know about their entire squad makes their way across the way. Also going to take a look and kind of update you at the end of the first quarter over at Oak Hill. It's Independence and the Red Devils. They are tied at 6. So Beckley ready to tee it up, and we're moments away from getting the ball game started. About a minute late tonight, but better late than never. And it's like I said, turned out to be a beautiful evening. And we got our entire crew here. Chris Farish to my right. When it comes to stats, nobody better than Chris Farish. And, of course, Eric by my side, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, and Jackie Moon on camera. So Beckley is set to tee it up, and they'll put it right in between the hashes. And let's see who they're going to have teeing it up here for the Flying Eagles. It's going to be Tyler Radford, the 5'8", 135-pound sophomore, will tee things up. And let's see who Greenbrier East will have. East will have Nate Suttle will be one of the backs. He's the up back for Greenbrier East. And then the deep back, the 23 version of Beckley and Greenbrier East underway. Beckley a winner over Riverside, 38-13 last week. And Greenbrier East, they fell to Point Pleasant, 26-7. So we are underway, and it's going to be an onside kick, takes a big bounce, and Beckley comes up with it. Wow. The Flying Eagles have an onside kick, and they recover it, and in great field position down near the East 45.
And that was executed. You never see a replay usually on the kickoff, but check this out. This is a well-executed, hit it, and it took that high bounce right at the 10-yard mark, and they were able to recover it. Great play by Beckley.
And Beckley will start, as I mentioned, inside the midfield stripe at the 47-yard line of Greenbrier East. So coming out for Beckley will be Devin Richardson, the 6'2", 185-pound junior quarterback, and he breaks Beckley from the huddle. And like I said, we feel we'll call multiple players running the ball tonight for Beckley. And let's see how the Flying Eagles, they'll line up. Look like they've got some power. Richardson up under center. They'll run an inside handoff for a nice gain down inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line.
And that's going to be Connor Ray right there. And I think he was the leading carrier last week, leading rusher, I should say, and gets a big chunk right there. It looks like a 12-yard gain?
Well, not quite 12. 8. They put the ball inside the 40 to the 38. Actually going to give him 9 on the play and make it 2nd and 1. And when you can get 9 yards on first down, you become very effective.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch the push of the yep. I thought
it's a jet sweep to the edge. There's a first down and gets inside the 35.
And that was M.J. Nelson.
Staples.
Staples. His dad's name is Nelson. But, that's reaching into the playbook. And that was a good play fake carried out by Richardson right there. It looked like he was dropping back to pass. So look for him to run some play action out of that.
So on that jet sweep, Staples picks up 5 and a first down. Beckley will scrimmage from the East 33. Tight formation, run the ball right up the middle, try to move the pile, and Greenbrier East not having it as Greenbrier East stacks it up.
Yeah, and that was a good play by Greenbrier East interior right there. I think that's going to be – I didn't see who that was on the tackle.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either.
And that's what you're going to have to do, though. The nose guard's going to have to work hard right here. You got 8 in the boxes. They're really trying to take this run away. But this is the point in the field right here. You're behind the chains, but take a shot downfield.
And they're going to run the ball up inside. There's a nice gap, and there's going to be a first down, a beautiful run. And like I said, Beckley will run a lot of different players into the ball game. And let's see who we got there because we're really going to need our roster for that, and that is
Jonathan Zakreski.
Zakreski with the first down run as the ball is put down at the Greenbrier East 22-yard line. So So that's one thing too, Eric. You know, if you're Greenbrier East or any defense, you just cannot key on any one back because they have so many different backs. So it'll be first down for Beckley. From the 22 of East. Here's another running play. And this might go as the touchdown saving tackle. That was a nice play that time.
Elijah Waller. That was his first carry, and he had visions of the end zone as he was tripped up by the safety there, and that was a good open field tackle.
Be first and goal at the 6-yard line. Waller scored a touchdown on a kickoff return last week against Riverside. So Beckley, after recovering the opening kickoff on an onside kick, they're first and goal at the 6. And when you run the ball like this, Eric, there's no need to throw. Beckley will run it again. They've got great push up front. And this time, they get the ball down near the goal line. Is he in? Waiting for a signal. He is. Touchdown.
Looks like Elijah Redfern. It's good to see him back. He didn't play last year, and his first carry of the night is to get a score against Greenbrier East. And Maris, if you look at the push of the offensive line, there's not a white jersey at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker misses the tackle in the hole, and Elijah Redfern was able to fight and get into the end zone.
Yeah, that whole drive, out of the 6 plays, 5 went for positive yards. Only one play was negative yards, but the offensive line of Beckley really did work up front. That is a 6-play, 47-yard drive. The PAT is up and in, and 9:40 remaining in the first quarter, and Beckley has jumped out on East 7-0. And, what a great start to this game if you're Beckley by having the onside kick, and like you said, Eric, well executed to get that big hop, have a short field, and then your offensive line do work.
Yeah, and when you can do that, that makes for a long night for the defense of Greenbrier East. Not only did they miss a chance, that's an extra possession for that Beckley offense with that onside kick, and that's really using your your strategy to get that extra possession and get up on your rival, Greenbrier East.
The scoring recap is Elijah Redfern finishes off the drive from 6 yards out, brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Nothing tastes as refreshing as a nice blue can of Pepsi. As we look around, see former Flying Eagle Cam Shannon in the house. Just down to our left is Beckley's teeing it up and ready to kick it off. Beckley leading 7-0, 9:40 for the opening quarter. And if you're Beckley, you can't draw it up any better.
Well, that's exactly how you wanted to get started. At home with a good crowd, Hall of Fame night, get it going.
Here comes a squib kick. It'll be to the far side. It takes a big Beckley bounce, but East will just go down with it. So East will get just over the 20. I'm surprised the young man at East, he just went down with it, and that was Brody Hamrick. Of course, Hamrick is the quarterback.
Yeah, I guess he didn't want to take too many extra shots, so that's probably, a good thing as he goes to the sideline to get to play. And they would scrimmage it from the 23-yard line.
So that's where Greenbrier East will start from their own 23. As I mentioned, it'll be Brody Hamrick, the 6'2", 160-pound sophomore, will be the quarterback for East. East with the gold helmets, white uniforms, gold pants, and the green numbers. And Hamrick, this time, he will work from the shotgun. And they've got like 3 receivers to the far side, but more like into the slot. As Hamrick waits on the shotgun snap, Beckley jumped off sides on first down. And that's the thing I talked about on top, Eric. Beckley had 11 penalties last week, and they start the first play on defense with an offsides.
Yeah, and that's just, it boils down to discipline right there. You can't be too anxious and, give up 5 extra yards. So now Greenbrier East is working ahead of the chains, and that's just what the doctor ordered for them. Need to sustain a drive here.
So they'll move the ball out to the 28. And as you mentioned, Eric, they're ahead of the chains now, 1st and 5 from their own 28-yard line. Hamrick works out of the gun. They're in the pistol set. Hamrick takes the snap. It's going to be a quick toss to the far side, trying to get to the edge, and a nice defensive play by Beckley. As that time they run down Nate Suttle. Is Suttle on the sweep, and Beckley defended that very well. Yeah,
and I think that was a loss of 2 yards, and that was a good tackle on the edge, and that showed a little bit of Beckley's speed. I think there was Elijah Redfern out at the corner position making the tackle.
Yeah, it's going to actually be a 3-yard loss back to the 25, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8 right now for Greenbrier East. Clock turning, coming up on the 9-minute mark of quarter number 1. Beckley got an onside kick and went 6 plays, 47 yards. Elijah Redfern, a 6-yard touchdown run. PAT good. 7-0 is where we're at right now. Hamrick with the handoff. There's a little bit of running room crossing the 25, but then that hole closed in a hurry. It looked like that was going to go for a lot more than what it did, just a very minimal gain, and I believe that was subtle again on the carry.
Yeah, and good job at the point of attack, as you said. Well blocked by the Greenbrier East line, but the secondary and the safeties and corners really come up aggressively for Beckley right now. But what you need to watch, if you play that aggressive, they can hit you over top. So
let's see what they dial up third down. They have the ball on their own 26. The spot to make is their own 33. Hamrick waits on the snap. Here comes the blitz off the edge. Hamrick's in trouble. He's scrambling, and down he goes. Beckley brought pressure, and Hamrick had no chance, and the Flying Eagles get the sack.
A lot of heat. Good play drawn up, but just not enough time to get a throw off. Had a couple of guys running free, but you can gamble if you're Beckley when you get them behind the chains like that, and you can, if you're quick enough to get to the quarterback as they were on that possession.
The loss goes back to the original line of scrimmage at the 23 to make it 4th and 10. So Beckley looking good right here. Their first possession on offense, they go 47 yards in 6 plays, and now Greenbrier East may be coming up with a little different formation on this 4th down play. They do have a guy under center, but I can't imagine they would go for it, and they won't. This is 3 and out, and this is going to be a short kick. It's going to hit at the 40, take a big Beckley bounce, and Beckley once again will have excellent field position. The last time Beckley had the ball, they started at the East 47. This time they're going to start just outside the 40, it looks like.
Looks like the 41 will scrimmage it from – Beckley will scrimmage it from the 41. Update on the Independence Oak Hill game. Independence went forward on 4th and 4, completed a pass. Bowers to go up to 13-7 on the road at Oak Hill.
13-6 or 7?
13-6.
13-6. So Beckley, as you mentioned, Eric, will have it 1st and 10 at the Greenbrier East 41-yard line. Second possession of the game, put a man in motion. It's just tossed here to the near side. There's some running room around the edge, and a nice job by Ray as he dives across the 35 and a good gain on first down.
Yeah, good hard run and great hard tackle coming up as the Greenbrier East defender was the last line of defense, or that was going to go for big yards and big yards. And Beckley's really got that running game rolling right now.
Well, when you pick up 7 on first down, that makes life easier for the offensive coordinator, and there's no need to throw the ball when you run it the way they are. And as we mentioned last week, Beckley only completed 1 pass. But the way they're owning the line of scrimmage, you don't need to throw. But this time they will have a couple receivers out wide. And in the slot is Redfern. This time they're going to go to throw. They'll go to Redfern. He makes the catch. He gets a block. He's inside the 30, makes a man miss, and he gets down to the 23-yard line and a Beckley first down.
Well, now you're starting to get multiple when you can go into the different formations. And what a pitch and catch right there from Devin Richardson to Elijah Redfern. They had enough time to throw, stood in there tall, and delivered a strike.
I put him down at the 22-yard line of East, a 12-yard pickup. But, yeah, when you run the ball now, like you said, Eric, your safety's got to creep up. And when you get an athlete like Redfern in space, he can do work.
Yeah, and he got some yak after that. Simple 6-yard curl, but he did well after he caught the ball.
Here's a running play for Beckley. And I think that's Staples on that carry, and that's a minimal gain as they'll get the ball from the 22 maybe to the 20-yard line. I think where they'll put him down. He'll pick up 2 on the play, 2nd and 8.
And see now those corners, that one completion now out of that formation makes those corners have to loosen up. And that's what you need, to be able to run the ball, especially once you get, what they consider the red zone right here.
So from the 20, 2nd and 8 as the lights are now being turned on here at Van Meter Stadium. They run the ball up inside. That's Staples again, and that's hard sledding, maybe a yard, and that's about it. Not much, and that'll be 3rd down coming up.
The thing is right here with the way the kicking game has developed here at Beckley, this is not necessarily 2-down territory because they're real confident in their kicking.
You're right.
Their kickers.
But Eric, I think obviously it'll depend on how many yards they pick up here. If they're within 2 yards, I think they would go for it.
Yeah, they would go for it. Yeah, the down the distance would definitely dictate. Right here in the slot, though, there's man coverage. You got a little safety over top, so look for him to go to 12.
Out of the gun, going deep, and that's a miss. You're right, they were going to Redfern. Redfern went in, and Richardson threw the ball out.
Yeah, I think that was just maybe the wrong route because it looked like the quarterback was sure where he was throwing it. As they trot the field goal unit out.
So the ball's at the 19. If they're back 7 to the 26, this will be a 36-yard field goal attempt, and which was in the range of the Beckley kicker.
Hey, definitely makeable. And this is one thing that Beckley has developed over the last 4 or 5 years. with the soccer program, getting a lot of fresh legs out here.
And this is going to be, let's see, Reeves, I think, to kick it, and it's on its
Left.
way, and it's no good. It's wide left, so Beckley had a golden opportunity. Actually, that was not Reeves. I've seen who that was. If you can help me out here on this roster. That is
31 was the number, I think.
Yeah, we had it here a minute ago. But anyway, the kick is no good, and we will get you that name. I think that was Radford. So the kick is wide left, no good. The score remains 7-0 Beckley, and Greenbrier East will take over on their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10. East went 3 and out on their first possession. So East will break the huddle. They've got twin receivers to each side. Hamrick, the quarterback, has a running back to his right. Hamrick waits on the shotgun snap. They'll run the ball. They've got some room. Here's to the edge. We're up across the 30 and near a first down. Actually, it's going to be a first down over the 30, and that's a good run that time by Nate Suttle, the 5'8", 158-pound sophomore.
Yeah, that was a good inside handoff, well blocked, and get some breathing room from this offense. And now a little momentum shift here because Greenbrier East came up with a good defensive stand right there after a poor punt. And now they're able to get the ball back and generate a first down.
Yeah, 13-yard gain that time by Suttle. And what East did is spread Beckley out, and then they had lanes to run in.
Yeah, and they're going to do it again.
Yep, twin receivers to each side. Hamrick waits on the snap. Beckley blitzing. They're going to be a toss to the far side, trying to get to the edge. And a big hit and a loss as Beckley played that very well, stretching the play out, and nowhere for Nate Suttle to go, and the loss goes back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a good square up, good solid hit, but the pursuit strung that run out, Marison. The guy chasing the ball, sometimes you don't make the tackle, but you make that running back, do something a little different, and there was help.
So clock is continuing to move. 4.5 to go opening quarter. 7-0 Beckley. It'll be 2nd and 13 for Greenbrier East on their own 30-yard line. They'll go twins to each side as Hamrick will have Nate Suttle to his left. Hamrick takes the snap to throw with time down the middle. Got a man open and overthrew him. There was a man down the seam wide open for Greenbrier East, and the pass was slightly overthrown. And we're trying to find out who that receiver was. We've got so many papers here. As the ball goes harmless to the ground, and it'll bring up a 3rd down play.
Yeah, but safety right there got caught looking in. Jonathan Zakreski for Beckley. And that's one that was a shot. If that ball's put on the money, that was going to probably go for 6.
Well, if not 6, definitely a big play. So here's 3rd and long. Beckley showing blitz. They bring it off the edge. East is going to run it up inside, and it's not going to be near enough for a first down. So it'll be 4th down. It'll be punt time for Greenbrier East, as that was Suttle who carries the ball. So it'll be 4th down. The ball is put down at the 34-yard line, and it'll be punt time for Greenbrier East.
An update from Oak Hill. Independence has extended the lead to 20-6 with 7:38 left in the first half.
So here's a 4th down punt coming up for Greenbrier East, and what do we got? Maybe a timeout. We got a flag thrown, and let's see what the flag is going to be.
That would have to be against Greenbrier East. Maybe too many men breaking the huddle.
I'm not sure. I think you're right on that, and we appreciate Heather Belcher from Loot Press sending that update, 20-6, as Eric told you, for Independence. There's the illegal substitution penalty on East, and that'll back them up 5 yards. So Beckley, if they handle the punt, Eric, should get really good field position with another chance to start their 3rd possession in Greenbrier East territory.
Yeah, and they came up short and a little short and wide left on the last possession. So, and you're right, if they can field it cleanly, they have a chance. I wouldn't even try to block this. I would just set up a punt return.
And here they're bringing people, and it's going to be a short kick, and it's caught at midfield. Good coverage by East, but nevertheless, Beckley's going to have excellent field position, as they're going to say they tackled him back across
48.
midfield.
I think they're going to mark it at the 48, and this is a good sign for Beckley if you say this is the worst starting position of the first quarter, field position.
So Beckley is leading 7-0. They got a 6-play, 47-yard drive and a 6-yard touchdown from Elijah Redfern. The PAT was good. On their next drive, Beckley started at the East 41, and they came up empty as they missed a field goal, and they'll start here on their own 48-yard line with the first down. Richardson up under center. Takes the snap. It's a handoff. There's cross midfield into East Territory. Good run by Rays. They move the pile down to the 45, maybe to the 44 of Greenbrier. That's a good hard run on first down.
Out of all the backs that they run, Rays definitely not the flashy one, but hey, the kid covers the ball up like old school Nebraska fullback and just gets up in the hole and really gets 6, 7, 8 tough yards every time he gets it.
Yeah, they'll move the ball down inside the 45 to the 44 of Greenbrier East, coming up on the 3-minute mark of the opening quarter. And Richardson once again will work up under center, puts a man in motion. They'll run the fullback straight ahead. No, it's a fake. Richardson gets to the edge, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds. I think he's going to have a first down. But, Eric, he sure faked me out. I thought they ran the ball right up the middle.
And Richardson actually showed a little speed because it looked like Greenbrier East, had that well defended. Once he turned the corner, he was able to pick up positive yards and move the chains.
That is a first down. They'll put the ball inside the East 40 at the East 39. And you're right, Richardson's speed, able to get to the edge, was what made that play. And I'm not sure if that was a design play or a busted play.
I think it was a busted play because it looked like the running back slipped.
That's what I thought. They were running the ball
good
up
awareness
the middle.
by Richardson to just get what he could get.
So Richardson, a 6'2", 185-pound junior, up under center. They'll run the ball. It's Elijah Redfern, and he'll gain a yard maybe. Beckley does a lot of misdirection, and that time Greenbrier East was on it.
Yeah, I think they'll give him
a yard maybe?
Maybe a yard.
Yep, they'll give him to the 38, make it second down and 9. We'll catch you up with some scores. Most of the games around, not just the area, but the state, kicked off at 7 o'clock. Shady playing at home tonight against Nicholas County. We told you Independence up 20-6 over Oak Hill over in Fayette County. And like I said, most of the teams, Beckley's about the only one in the area that start at 7:30. Most of the others start at 7. Second and 9, Richardson. Here's a handoff. They've got the edge. Big play. This is going to go to the 20, the 15, the 10. I thought it was going to go. I spoke a little too soon, but a big run all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's Elijah Waller with a big run.
Yeah, and way not to give up, as you see. And I thought the same thing there, partner. But the safety or the corner had a little angle and just got just enough to trip him up.
And knock him out at the 6-yard line. This is where Beckley scored from the first time they had the ball. So they got a first and goal at the East 6. Under 2 minutes for the quarter. And really, it's been dominated by Beckley.
And after this play, I can update you on some AAA scores if you.
This is the 17th play for Beckley. It's a bootleg all the way. Richardson trying to get to the edge, and East does a good job, and that'll go for a loss as East does a really good job spreading that out.
Yeah, good tackle on the edge right here in the quarter. Martinsburg is up on, I can't see who that, Shoresbridge, Virginia, 13-0. Hurricanes up 7-0 on Capital, and Morgantown is at Bridgeport, and Morgantown leads 15-6 in the first quarter.
Thank you, Eric. So the loss goes back to the 8-yard line. Second and goal from the 8. Richardson up under center, and they'll run it up inside. That's Elijah Waller. He spins, he gets hit, and he'll come up to be about maybe the 3-yard line. So no question, Eric, down here, if you're Beckley, you're thinking 2 plays, thinking touchdown all the way here.
Yeah, you need your 2-play drive right here. You can punch it in, and with that line, look for them, not to run too much outside. Just run straight at the teeth of the defense right here.
So they'll put the ball down at the 3-yard line. It'll be third and goal as Beckley will bring in some fresh backs. Waller comes out, Redfern goes in. That's what we talked about on top. And, this really can wear you down with this big offensive line and the multiple backs, especially as we get into the second half. So let's see what Beckley will come up with. And Richardson with a tight formation. He'll work up under center. Puts a man in motion. Richardson hands it to Redfern, and he'll walk in for a touchdown. So Elijah Redfern will score his second touchdown, this time from 3 yards out. And Beckley has had the ball 3 times, scored on 2 of them, and Beckley extends the lead to 13-0. That was a 7-play, 52-yard drive, and Elijah Redfern, his second touchdown of the night, with a 3-yard run. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Nothing tastes as smooth in a blue can as Pepsi, and with a nice slice of Giovanni's Pizza. So here's for the point after. And the snap's down, the hold is good, and the kick is also good. So your new score with 1:03 left in the first quarter is Beckley 14 and Greenbrier East nothing. While we got a minute, I want to tell you about the nice folks at Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes has futuristic bowling every Friday and Saturday night. You can dial them up 304-253-7328. You can also ask them about the fall leagues coming up. Also want to tell you about the fine folks at Cracker Barrel. You know, Eric, love me some pig, and what a better way to have breakfast tomorrow than at Cracker Barrel with those, it's not or bacon or sausage. It's both.
It's all the pig.
It's all the pig.
Bring it on.
We'll even take ham as well. So, Eric, I know that, like I am, you've got to be very impressed with what you've seen for Beckley in 3 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and they're doing it, you know, mixing up some plays, a lot of backs, as you said, and just very impressed with these first 3 drives. Even on the missed field goal, I thought it was the right decision to trot out your kicker. You know, had plenty of leg, just missed it wide left. And double A scores, I'm going to update you on. Winfield, this is one of interest. Winfield is hosting Herbert Hoover.
Another onside kick, and let's see who came up with it. And, you know, I think East has it. You know, Eric, I know sometimes you might be able to get away with that once in a game, but it's really hard to get away with that twice in a game, and East was ready for it.
And that's really putting your defense like, hey, that's faith in them. Like, come on, guys, we know we can hold them.
So East is going to start right at midfield.
Yeah, right on the 50.
Second quarter, Bluefield and Princeton, a defensive battle. No score in that game.
Oh, is there a flag?
There's a penalty on Beckley. So with the penalty on Beckley.
Illegal touching. So they touched it before the 10 yards.
So East will probably just, I don't know if they'll add to where the possession is, and maybe they will. I guess not. They're going to take the ball. Actually, they're going to put the ball at the Beckley 49.
Yeah, and I think they were switching that. That was the kicking team's ball, so they were switching the balls out.
So this is Greenbrier East. This is their 3rd possession. They've punted each of the first 2 times, and this is their best starting field position as they'll start from the Beckley 49. We're right at 1 minute remaining opening quarter. They're 1 out of the eye this time. Beckley up 14-0. There's a flag, and I think it's on Greenbrier East, and Greenbrier East will be penalized 5 yards for a false start.
Yeah, and just what you don't need that your best field position, and now you're starting behind the chains. I hate to keep repeating that, but it's just so tough. It's hard. Football is a simple game, really. It's hard to get 10 yards. You don't need to start, in the whole 15 yards.
You're going to the goal line you're facing. You don't want to go backwards in the opposite direction.
Exactly
so
right.
The ball back to the 46. It'll be 1st and 15. They'll run out of the eye, Greenbrier East. It's a straight play right up the gut, and they'll get a couple of those penalty yards back as we've now gone under a minute for quarter number 1. Put the ball down at the 48. That's a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 13. So Greenbrier East doesn't appear to be in any hurry, Eric. There's 35 seconds on the game clock, 25 on the play clock. If they run the ball here, this possibly could be the final play of the first quarter. But as soon as I say that, it probably won't be.
Yeah, but you're exactly right. They've been a little deliberate right now. I think they're going to probably run this one and get, try to regroup for the second quarter.
Beckley showing pressure. They bring it. There's a pass out in the flat. It's intercepted down the far sideline, and Beckley comes up with a huge play. Beckley, they had 4 possessions in the first quarter, and 3 of them resulted in touchdowns, and all by Redfern. A 6-yard run, and then a 3-yard run, and then Redfern was on the recipient of a beautiful 40-yard touchdown pass from Richardson to Redfern. All 3 PATs were good. And, Eric, as we start the second quarter, Greenbrier East right now in a world of trouble. Beckley up 21-0.
Yeah, Beckley seems to have them on the ropes. And the one thing that you want to do if you're Beckley, you don't want to let up. You want to play a complete 4 quarters.
So from the 38, here's a running play, and that's going to be a loss. The ball's out. I think he was already down. They're going to call him down. I think that's the right call. The loss back to the 35.
Wow, but the defensive lineman right there for Beckley really shot the gap and laid the wood on that play. And
you can see who that was.
He owned the line of scrimmage right there.
He was in so fast I couldn't see who that was.
Yeah, that's going to be Drake Bowling, 6 foot, 256-pound junior.
So the loss back to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 13 for Greenbrier East. Beckley with 4 possessions and 3 touchdowns in that first quarter. There's the shotgun snap. Here's going to be a short pass out into flat, and Beckley's got that defended well. Nowhere for Greenbrier East to run as Elijah Redfern, making plays on both sides of the ball, comes up with a great defensive play.
Elijah Redfern's doing it all tonight for this Flying Eagle team. Made several tackles. I think I have him as his fourth tackle. Three touchdowns and 4 tackles. That's a good night. That's a good career for some people.
Well, it's a good night for a lot. We're just, just a little more than a minute and a half, or not quite a minute and a half into the second quarter. But it'll bring up 3rd and 16 for Greenbrier East. They have the ball on their own 32-yard line. They'll run trips to the far side. But Beckley has been really just dominating up front. Here comes the pressure. Throws, got a man open right down the seam to the 40, to the 30. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. They won't. Greenbrier East hits a touchdown, and now they get back in the game. On 3rd and 16, Beckley gives up a 68-yard touchdown pass as Hamrick, let's see who he hit that with. I couldn't see the young man's jersey, and we'll pick it up here on the replay. But right down the seam for a Greenbrier East touchdown.
Yeah, that's the big tight end right there for Greenbrier East.
Burdett?
Yes. And
Grant Burdett.
And that was a busted coverage. No one picked up the tight end streaking up the middle, and that was a good play call, and Greenbrier East is right back in this contest.
That's a 3-play, 62-yard drive, and the drive being the touchdown scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi. Now Greenbrier East, you hate to do this, and then if they had to call a timeout as they got a guy in just late, just ahead of the play clock, as they'll try the PAT. But Greenbrier East, after being down 21-0, they needed something, and they got it. The PAT, it looks good, and it is. So with 10:25 remaining in the half, it's 21-7. We've got a 1-minute commercial break to make up. We'll do it right now, streaming on Video Productions.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. And don't forget, we have one of the largest selections of inventory to help find you that perfect ride. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
We're dealing!
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Greenbrier East set to kick off, and we'll dive into this touchdown for Greenbrier East after the kickoff as it comes here to the near sideline about the 18-yard line. What a big gap. This is going to be a Beckley touchdown. No one's going to touch Waller as he's able to run all the way for a Beckley touchdown. There was no one even near him as they kicked the ball to the near side. He caught the ball. I have to see where he caught it. It looked like he caught it right there inside the 20. As we'll watch the replay. But, wow, what big plays. Back-to-back touchdowns on big plays. He caught it right at the 18. So that's
18-yard.
An 82-yard kickoff return. And, I mean, there was nobody nowhere near him. And Beckley strikes with a big play again.
Yeah, and it just looked like the parting of the Red Sea right there. Outkicked your coverage a little bit. And Greenbrier East did. And the speed of Beckley shows one more time.
So here's going for the point after as Elijah Waller, an 82-yard kickoff return. The kick is up, and it is good. And now Beckley back out to a 21-point lead at 28-7. But right before the kickoff, Eric, it was 3rd and 16, and Greenbrier East able to hit a big pass on 3rd and 16, able to hit a 68-yard touchdown pass from the East quarterback, Hamrick, to Burdett. And they made the point after, and East looked like they had some life. And then on the ensuing kickoff, Waller takes it 82 yards to the house.
Yeah, and like you said, it seemed like the momentum was going back. They're right back in it. And just like that, lightning strikes for Beckley, and they return the kickoff to get the momentum back on the home side.
Scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Nothing tastes good as a Pepsi. While we got a minute, I want to tell you about the good folks of Indoor Air. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of Raleigh County Sports. Indoor Air is your man and dealer. You can dial up the good folks at Indoor Air at 304-890-2212. Also want to tell you about the fine folks at Edward Jones Financial, Heather Cantley and Wayne Rhodes. If you're retired like me, you need someone to plan your retirement. Your financial advisor is Heather Cantley, 304-254-9995, or Wayne Rhodes, 304-253-7335. Boy, Eric, we've had fireworks here in this opening half. Beckley up 28-7, and now Beckley set to kick it off. And we have not even played 2 minutes of the second quarter yet. And these last three touchdowns, two by Beckley, one by East, a big play variety. There's the kick. And this ball will go back inside the 15 to the 11. This is Hamrick. And he'll just run it up and put a knee. And East will start on their own 24-yard line.
I think you'll see that more and more with the kickoff. People, if it's not there, just go ahead, kneel it, and just scrimmage from, wherever you catch the ball.
All right, see if we got an update. Princeton is up by one on Bluefield, 7-6, coming near the end of the first half. We appreciate you got people listening all over the country tonight, Eric, as we normally do, or actually watching. Not just listening, but watching. Fine folks in Columbus, Ohio, where the Ohio State University will be on the road tomorrow at Indiana in Bloomington. 1st and 10 for East on their own 24-yard line. Hamrick takes the snap. It's going to be a running play. Cross the 30 and a nice gain, almost a first down. That's a good hard run by Nate Suttle. And he's going to be maybe shy of the first down, but a nice gain on first down of this first play of this series.
Yeah, but offensively, it seems like East is getting a little more momentum each possession. They hit the big pass, the last possession, and now to open up with, an 8 to 9 yard run, that's got to be positive for Coach Ray Lee's squad.
Yeah, 9:40 and counting here in the opening half. East will run trips here to the near sideline. Hamrick works out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands the ball, and Beckley's up to it as there's a body slam. It's a nice defensive play. That time Suttle was subtly slammed to the ground.
Yeah, good tackle by the linebackers from Woodrow coming up, and that was Bryce Ford, 5'10", 190-pound 11th grader coming up, and as you would say, lay in the wood a little bit, Maris, and his forward progress will put him back to the line of scrimmage, and this will be 3rd and long 1.
Yep, coming up 3rd and 1, as Eric told you, but over in Oak Hill, it's 20-20 at halftime between Independence and Oak Hill. Independence was up 20-6. Oak Hill scored the last 2 times. We appreciate the help from Heather Belcher from Loot Press, updating me on that. So here's 3rd and short coming up for the Spartans. And I don't think they're going to get there. They're trying to run the ball straight ahead, and I'm not sure that they got enough for the first down.
Yeah, they ran the old quarterback sneak, and I think he's going to be a football length short. And decision time right here for Coach Lee.
And they're going to give him – did I see that? They're going to give him a first down?
No.
I see the referee pointing. They're giving him a first down. Say they've changed it on the down. I'm with you. I didn't think it was, but they're giving him a first down. So they're going to give him out to the 33, and they'll move the chains. But, Eric, I was with you on that. I thought that perhaps they were a little short just because where the ball is and where our booth is just like almost even with the 33, and they're giving the 34.
Yeah, I guess their eyes are right on it, But Greenbrier East gets a fresh set of downs here.
And that's a big first down for East. Trips to the near side. Hamrick worked from the shotgun, and he's going to keep it. And he spins and just nowhere to go, and he may get back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing cooking there.
Yeah, and Beckley's really showing a lot of pressure now. They're gonna really come at this Greenbrier East offense and force them. They're not going to let them complete a long pass again. They're not going to set back on their heels a little bit. I think they're going to really apply some pressure to the QB.
Well, Eric, I think you'll agree. It's bad enough that you give up a long pass, but it's really deflating when it's 3rd and 16 and you give up a big play.
And that's one of those. And speaking of big plays, I know the Bluefield Graham game, I had a chance to research it. Did you see how they lost? It was 3rd and 30
for
Graham,
and they connected, yes.
Connected for a touchdown.
Yes. Here's Hamrick to throw out of the gun. They force him out of the pocket. He's got some running room. He dives ahead. He's out near the 40, and let's see, they're going to put him down right at the 40 to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, you can't give it up. You fall asleep a little bit, and I think the defense fell asleep for Beckley is what I'm trying to get to. 3rd and 16, you're not wanting to give up the big play, trying to keep people underneath, and the tight end streaks right past everyone for the big touchdown.
Yeah, when East hit that touchdown, a seam route right on that far hash. But here comes 3rd and 3, the ball at the 40. We're approaching 7 minutes for the half. East, we've got to get out to the 43. East in no hurry. Play clock's starting to run down on them as we're approaching 10 on the play clock, and East just now has broke the huddle. They're going to have to hustle. Don't know if they're going to get this play off in time. We're at 5 on the play clock. And they just get it off. They're going to run the ball. They look like they'll have the first down. They do, and that's a nice play out near midfield. Once again, Nate Suttle, 5'8", just 158 pounds and a sophomore. He runs hard.
Yeah, and a nice burst off the edge right here. And this is a numbers game. And Beckley looked like they had a little trouble lining up. And as you said, the running back sticks it up in there for a big gainer and another set of downs.
Yeah, to the 49, got 9 on the play. That'll move the stick. 6.5 to go till halftime. And just a beautiful, gorgeous night here in Beckley on this first day, or actually now into the night here in September. Wow, where did the first 8 months go?
And this is a key possession for Greenbrier East because you don't want to turn it over on downs or give them, because Beckley receives the second half kickoff.
Here's a bad snap, and East just gets on it, and that's a big loss back to the 41. That'll be an 8-yard loss on first down. And as soon as you said that, Eric, you're right. That's so key because East is not only, they're running some clock, possessing the ball, and they're down 3 scores. If they can get a touchdown before halftime and run some of the clock off, they're back in the game.
And depending on how this next play goes, Beckley's has all their timeouts. You may burn a timeout if it's third down, after the third down or a second down play, and then you can get the ball and have 2 timeouts and around, 4 minutes to go to –
Yeah, because East doesn't appear to be in a whole lot of hurry. We're now approaching 5 seconds on the play clock, 5.5 on the game clock, and if East doesn't hurry, they're going to get caught, delay a game. They just get it off. Hamrick to throw, pressure comes. They force him out of the pocket, and he's on the move. He throws, got a man open, and it's caught. And it's going to be close to a first down. He may have it all the way down to the Beckley 40-yard line.
Wow.
And what made that?
Quarterback took a shot on this play, though.
So we're going to have a roughing the passer penalty?
No, it was a good, clean hit. Good, clean hit. Right in the ribs.
But what made the play was the scramble ability of Hamrick to keep the play alive, and he was rolling to the left and threw the ball back across against his body for a big gain down to the Beckley 40.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Beckley needs to shore up this pass defense right now, because the pressure was on. The pressure got there, and you need to stay with your man a little bit. And I hope the kid from East can get up and shake this off, but that was a big-time hit he took as he delivered a strike.
Yeah, Brody Hamrick, the 6'2", 160-pound sophomore. While we got a minute, Eric, see if you can dial up some scores. As I told you, it was Princeton leading Bluefield 7-6. They're almost at halftime there, and also it's 20-20 between Independence and Oak Hill over at Oak Hill tonight. And I think you got some other scores.
Yeah, let's try to check.
As we watch the replay.
Yeah, he took a big shot.
But, as a quarterback, you're going to take that hit. He was able to roll and stand in there and deliver. Of course, he's got to come out for one play as you're looking up some scores, but a big play for Greenbrier East.
Okay, we'll look up we're going to go to Winfield and Herbert Hoover, battle of 2 ranked teams. It's a halftime. Winfield leads 28-7. And across town at Shady's hosting Nicholas County. It's 21-7, Shady Spring at halftime.
So it looks like that Hamrick's going to be all right. He took a big shot. So at least for one play, Greenbrier East will have to put in a new quarterback. 5:17 for the half, 28-7 the Beckley lead, and Greenbrier East will have a first down at the Beckley 40-yard line. But, Eric, this has been a very exciting, entertaining game.
Yeah, entertaining game. Well-played game. If you want, I could give you some AAA scores.
Go ahead. We got time.
Number 1, Huntington is a scoring machine right now. They're at South Charleston. They're leading 49-0 in the first quarter.
Wow.
Martinsburg is at Stonebridge, Virginia, and they're leading 20-0 at the half. Hurricanes on the road at Capital, and they're leading 35-0 in the second quarter. And Morgantown on the road at Bridgeport. That's a 7 versus 4 matchup. Morgantown being ranked number 7. They're up 15-6.
So out of the timeout, like I said, Greenbrier East will have to change their quarterback, at least for the one play. We'll have to get the Spartan roster and see who they've got in there, as they'll scrimmage a first down from the Beckley 40-yard line. So let's see if we can find somebody who that is. It's a low snap. The ball's loose, and Greenbrier East is able to get on it. And, that really didn't have anything to do with the new quarterback, as they put the running back in there, Nate Suttle. I guess they're going to try to run the Spartan, but the snap was low and Subtle able to get on it.
And that's the third time they've had trouble with the snap.
The loss is 7 yards back to the 47-yard line.
The way the last two possessions have gone, though, this is Greenbrier East has them right where they want them.
Yeah.
And they picked up a 3rd and 16 for a score, and they picked up just now when the quarterback was injured, it was like a 3rd and 13.
So they're going to take a timeout, and I think they take a timeout to try to get Hamrick back in the game. While we got a minute, tell you about the fine folks at Cracker Barrel. Love me some pig. I got the fine folks at Cracker Barrel as they're cooking up breakfast as they do every morning, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It doesn't matter. Cracker Barrel in both Beckley and Princeton, and I love me some pig, some bacon, some sausage. I love me some hash browns. They have some delicious food. We also appreciate the fine folks of Indoor Air. Indoor Air is a proud sponsor of Raleigh County Sports. You're a man, a dealer. For all your heating and cooling needs, call the good folks at Indoor Air up at 304-890-2212. Also want to tell you about Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They got fall leagues forming now. You can go online at www.leisurelanesw.com to find out more information about the fall leagues. And last but certainly not least, the fine folks at Edward Jones Financial Advisors. You work hard for your money, so when you retire like I did, you can lean on the financial advisors of Edward Jones. Heather Cantley, 304-254-9995, or Wayne Rhodes, 304-253-7335. So out of the timeout, Eric, it'll be second down for East. They have the ball at the Beckley 47-yard line, 4:40 left in the half, and Beckley up 28-7.
Let's see what Coach Ray Lee and this offense dials up, because they found something now running this trips to the top of the screen. They've completed the last two passes out to that side.
And that's where they go. Hamrick, that ball's tipped, but it's caught. And it's back to the original line of scrimmage to the 40-yard line as Hamrick back in there after he set out a play from taking the big hit. So now it's going to come up, and it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and this ball was tipped right at the line of scrimmage. Linebacker gets his hands up, and unfortunately it went into the Greenbrier East receiver's hands.
Yeah, they're going to give it down to the 39. So they're going to need 9 yards. And if you're Greenbrier East, you got to think you got 2 plays to pick up the 9 yards if you don't take a big loss on this play.
Yeah, and as we said, the 3rd and longs have been key, and they go to the same formation. The safeties need to cheat over at the top of the screen because he's looking exactly where he's throwing.
And he's got a guy down the seam, and he overthrew him. That was the right play they had on, as they're trying to hit the receiver down the seam, and Hamrick just had a little too much under that. And now 4th down. Let's see. I think if you're East, you'd go ahead and go for it.
Yeah,
here.
So 2 things here. The safeties are getting caught looking in at the quarterback for Greenbrier East. And as you said, that was another good throw, just not able to connect. And the middle of the defense right now, in the back of the defense right now is getting sucked up a little bit too much for Beckley.
This will be the 12th play of the drive. It's 4th down, 4th and 9. So to keep the drive alive, he's got to get the ball to the Beckley 30. They break the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock.
Same formation.
Yep.
They see something out of this formation.
So let's see what they cook up. See if Beckley will bring pressure. They look like they are, and they do. They bring it off the edge. Hamrick found a guy. It's caught. It's a 1st down. Subtle right down the middle of the field, inside the 15, down to the 10, breaks a tackle into the end zone for a Greenbrier East touchdown. So Greenbrier East, you're right, Eric. They found something, a beautiful thrown ball. Beckley brought pressure off the edge. Hamrick stays in there and delivers a strike to Subtle. Subtle, some nifty running, and Greenbrier East is in the end zone for a Spartan touchdown.
Yeah, a missed tackle here, but the great effort right here. You're trying to strip the ball. You just need to get the tackle, and Greenbrier East gets into the end zone.
So Beckley's given up a 3rd and 16 for a touchdown and a 4th and 9 for a touchdown. That drive, 12 plays, 76 yards, and that was a 39-yard touchdown pass from Hamrick to Subtle. And here comes the PAT, got a whistle and a flag, and it's probably going to be a false start because they blew it dead. But you know, Eric, with 3:48 left in the half, Greenbrier East have got themselves back in the game after being down 21-0.
Yeah, definitely back in the game. But this last 3 minutes and 48. This is key, because if you can get a stop here, and I know Beckley gets the ball back to start the second half, so it's a must to get the stop this next possession.
And, Eric, as you said, East has found something with that formation, so now it's up to Beckley to adjust to what Greenbrier East is doing.
Have to adjust to it, and what they're doing is a numbers game. And the Greenbrier East, they went to what? The well 3 straight times to the left on that.
The point after it with the penalty is up, and it's good. So your new score is now Beckley 28, Greenbrier East 14. Your scoring recap is brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Nothing tastes better in a blue can than Pepsi. And, Eric, what a drive. That was a 12-play, 76-yard drive for Greenbrier East, a 39-yard touchdown pass from Brody Hamrick to Nate Suttle. And Greenbrier East right now finds themselves with a little life and a little momentum. Now, the last time they kicked off, Beckley ran a touchdown on the kickoff, so we may not see the ball being kicked right to Elijah Waller this time.
Yeah, I think you may squib it to the middle of the field and really get down and cover it.
What an interesting first half it's been, and I know that with all these big plays, our stat guy Chris Ferris is keeping him busy. Good thing he has an eraser on that pencil. He doesn't use pen. He's still old school using a pencil, and we appreciate Chris Ferris, our stat guy.
And it's the one with the eraser on. It's not those mechanical pencils that everybody uses. It's one of those. It's one of those Charlie Brown
old
pencils,
school erasers
that they had in Charlie Brown. The real thick pencil.
Yellow number 2 pencil,
yeah,
right?
It's a number 2. Now that's a number 1.
Number 1. Here's the Greenbrier East kickoff. They are going to kick it deep. Only going to kick it on the far side. It's going to go out of bounds, and Beckley should take this ball on the 35. If they elect to take it, or will they back East up? But if you're Beckley, I think you would take it on your own 35 here.
Yeah, I would take it at the 35, but the clock didn't move. Let's see what they elect to do.
And it looks like they will take the ball at the 35. I think any time you could start a possession on your own 35, I think you would take it, and that's what Beckley's going to do.
Well, let's see how this Beckley offense answers, because that was a long drive for East, and see if they can put some points back up on the board. They answered with a quick score off of the kick return. So let's see what they dial up here, because this is a big possession in this ball game.
So here's Richardson bringing him out of the huddle. They'll work from the far hash. As you mentioned, a long drive, 12 plays, 76 yards. But like I said, East touchdowns have come on a 3rd and 16 and a 4th and 9. So out of first down, Beckley puts it on they fumbled it, and good thing they got that big bounce to the turf. They hand the ball that time to Ray, and the ball bounced right back up to him. Beckley got a very fortunate bounce right there.
Yeah, that was a lucky bounce to come back right back to the running back. Just mishandled it, as you see on the replay, and he was able to dive forward for a yard.
Yep. They'll get the ball across the 35 to the 36. Now, I think if you're Beckley, you want to be in no hurry here, unless you break a big play.
Yes, I mean, you want to be deliberate, but if early on in this game they were able to run, suck them up in and hit a couple of big passes. So
Richardson up under center. They're going to run the ball. There's a penalty that's going to cost Beckley 5. So right now, Beckley's offense on this drive will be headed backwards, as they'll get Beckley for a motion penalty, and boy, that just drives coaches crazy.
And and as you stated earlier, now Beckley's going the wrong way with these penalties coming at the most inopportune time. So now it's going to be 14 at the 3:06 mark here. Greenbrier East is probably saying, hey, let's get a stop here and let's put some more points on the board.
That's why this is a good timeout by Beckley coach Street Surratt, because the thing is now with these penalties are drive killers, momentum killers, and now you don't want to force anything. As you mentioned, Eric, the ball will be at the 31. It'll be 2nd and 14, and if they elect to throw, you want to make sure that your guy catches it or nobody gets it if you are Beckley. But I think you've got some other scores while we got this timeout going.
Yeah, and we've talked about this, how football is a game of momentum. And I think if you're Greenbrier East, you're probably happy to only be down 28-14 the way this game has gone. And if you can get a stop here, you got to go into halftime feeling good about yourself, battling back, having your QB stay in there, complete a couple big passes. And it seems like with their formations, they found something. So this is a huge possession in this game.
And you're right. And like I said, I'm sure Coach Surratt is telling his guys, hang on to the ball. Even if we have to punt, the main thing, if you're Beckley, you don't want to turn it over here in the final 3:06 of the half. So out of the timeout, Beckley has it on their own 31, 2nd and 14. Richardson up under center. They're going to run the ball, and Greenbrier East is going to be all over that. Good hard run, and that's not going to go maybe a yard, that's it. And now if you're Greenbrier East, let's see if you're going to call a timeout. And they're elect not to. It's 3rd and long for Beckley coming up. They'll put the ball down at the 33. Got 2. to keep the drive alive, they got to get out to the 45. So they'll need 13 yards on this third down play. And like I said, if you're Beckley, got to be in no hurry. Coming up on 2.5 remaining till halftime. It's been a very exciting, entertaining game. Beckley will go twin receivers to the far side. They'll work from the shotgun. Richardson in the pistol set. Takes the snap to throw. Sets in the pocket, throws in the flat. It's caught. And it's going to be very close to a first down as Redfern made it. But I think he's going to be a little short of the first down. But Eric still may be close enough to go for it.
Yeah, this is a long throw right here. He got a pretty strong arm, this Richardson. This young man looks like he has a bright future. That is a nice pitch and catch.
It's 4th and 2, and I think Beckley will keep their offense on the field and go for it. But this is a big play. If you're Greenbrier East, if you come up with a stop here. Yeah.
All the momentum's back on your side because you have your 2 timeouts left and the ball on the plus side of the field.
So here's Richardson up under center. They put a man in motion. They're going to run the ball. And Beckley, I don't know if they got there. I don't think they did, Eric. They had to get to the 45, and I think Greenbrier East stopped them. And East, if they do, will take over in Beckley territory. And I think East is going to stop them. The ball is shy of the 45, and that should be Greenbrier East. Yes, Greenbrier East has stopped them.
And look at this sideline. You know, Greenbrier East is feeling good. All that momentum's back on Greenbrier East side right now. They really good spot by the ref. He was stood up right at the point of attack. Yeah, he's a good yard short.
Yeah, so at the 44-yard line of Beckley is where Greenbrier East will start this drive. And, boy, as things change, as you talk about the momentum, Eric, the momentum could change drastically if Greenbrier East can score here before halftime.
And I can guarantee you they'll come out in the trips formation.
Well, it's been working for them.
And this is a different formation here. But the tight ends on the
power side to the
left.
Power
side, yes.
And it's going to be a running play. Subtle up inside, not much there. And let's see, I think East's going to burn a timeout, and they will. Maybe not. I saw the quarterback run to the coach. Apparently they're not going to call timeout. I think
that's how they're shuttling into plays. Quarterback is going to the sideline.
So it's going to gain a yard. We're coming up on 1:15 and running here in the first half. East appears to be in no hurry, but you think you're going to take a shot down the field with the success that they've had.
Don't worry. Here's that formation right here.
So they work it up under center. Hamrick to throw. They force him out of the pocket. He's got some running room. He's inside the 40, and he dives. Looked like that was going to go for a lot more than what it did.
Yeah.
And now Greenbrier East will burn a timeout as we're under a minute with 54 seconds left in the half.
The effort from Beckley's corner right there saved a big gainer, and that's going to be Jacob Reeves, 5'10", 177-pound, I think, junior. And that was going for a lot of yards.
Well, that's what I thought. Once he got to the edge, as we watched the replay, if he doesn't get him right there, that's going to be a big gainer.
Yeah, that's going to be at least inside the 35.
A first down anyway.
Yes, first down inside the 35.
The ball's at the 39. They've got to get to the 34. They'll need 5 yards on third down. There's 54 seconds left in the half. 28-14. We've had a little bit of everything. We've had an interception. We've had a kickoff return for a touchdown. We've had Beckley run the ball. They've hit a big play for a touchdown. Greenbrier East has hit 2 big pass plays for a touchdown. And it has been a very exciting, entertaining first half up to this point.
Yeah, and it's been everything we thought it would be. You know, down 28-7, you knew Greenbrier East would not give up. A well-coached team. And they're battling back. Look, they're looking 54 seconds here. They're 40 yards, 39 yards away from being a one-score game.
And, Eric, I know you agree. This is such a critical drive for both teams in the game. Beckley can get in the locker room if they can turn them away with a little momentum. But think of the momentum East will have if they get the ball in the end zone here.
The momentum's definitely clearly will be on the East side if they're able to get any points off of this after stopping Beckley on 4th and 2.
So Hamrick will work from the gun. It's 3rd and 5 at the Beckley 39. They'll run trips here to the near side. They got a single receiver to the far side at the top of the screen. Hamrick waits on the snap. Here comes the pressure. Hamrick's going deep. Got a man. He overthrew him. Actually, he had a man open. The receiver that time, Stone, looked like he was open, and Hamrick just sails the ball over his head.
Yeah, but you want, in this situation, the ball to be deep rather than short because you don't want to throw a pick six or something like that because the guys could jump a route. So you're right. The guy was open underneath, but could have been the safety trying to bait him into that throw, underneath.
Well, Eric, I think unless you got a guy streaking wide open, I think if I was East, I would try my first down rather than try to hit the home run ball. Like I said, unless I just got a guy who's streaking wide open.
Yeah, because if you're Beckley, you could try to stretch the field real quick if you can get a stop here.
So it's 4th and 5 for East at the Beckley 39. They'll run this formation that's given Beckley problems, trips to the top of the screen. Hamrick.
Watch something over the middle, a slant.
Hamrick takes the snap. He's got time. He's throwing it
Wheel
out.
route.
He's got a man wide open. It's caught down inside the 20-yard line, and a big play for Greenbrier East. And once again, another 4th down conversion on a huge pass play for the Spartans.
Hey, they found something through the air right now, and Beckley's not getting home. And this ball hung up a long, long time, but it looks like he's just trying to throw it out. He had 2 guys out wide open.
They'll put the ball down at the 16-yard line, and it's a first down. A big play to the Beckley 16. 23 yards on the pitch and catch, first down, with 42 seconds left in the half. And Greenbrier East, once down 21-0, of trying to close the gap to 28-21 at the break. Hamrick from the gun. Takes the snap. They force him out of the pocket. He's in trouble. Throws the ball short. It's dropped. And that would have been a touchdown or close to a touchdown if that ball was not dropped, as he had a receiver there, Burdett, who caught a touchdown earlier. He was open.
We need to see these halftime adjustments because they are exploiting the middle of the field right now.
Yes, we watch the
replay.
replay.
As you see on the crosser. Just a shallow cross right here by the tight end, and he's wide open.
If he catches that, he probably scores, or at least down near the goal line.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough tackle for MJ Staples to come up and make.
But even if he was able to make the play, East would be probably inside the 5 with that play. So that's a big break for Beckley.
And hats off to the quarterback for Greenbrier East. Was injured on a play, and he's back, and he's standing in there because they're bringing heat and they're bringing pressure, but he's delivering, the ball.
Here's Hamrick with the gun. Throws, got a man open. It's caught. It's going to be a Greenbrier East touchdown. That is Nate Suttle, his second score. And Hamrick with a nice throw over the middle. And as you said, Eric, Greenbrier East has found something. And Beckley at the break is really going to have to make adjustments because look at the time. They find Suttle right down the middle. A nice adjustment to the ball for Suttle and gets into the end zone for his second score.
Yeah, they're picking on the middle of the field, the depth of the linebackers as opposed to where the safety is. And they're finding that sweet spot and really lighting up this Flying Eagle defense.
So they stopped Beckley on 4th and short, and now Greenbrier had that short field. They went 6 plays, 44 yards. The extra point is up, and it is no good. So that's a big miss in this game, but with 31 seconds left in the half, your new score is Beckley 28 and Greenbrier East 20. And, Eric, I'm sure that on the Greenbrier East sideline, as the scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia, once again, a 6-play, 44-yard drive, a 16-yard touchdown pass from Hamrick to Suttle. The PAT no good, but what I was going to say is when you were down 21-0 at Greenbrier East, and even though they missed the extra point, if somebody told you you're going to be down 28-20 at the half, you would definitely take that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And it goes back to one play in this half that really, really got them back in it. 4th and 2, they came up big with the stop. I'm not questioning the play call, but right there, you're up 28. You're up 28-14. Maybe kick that thing away and live to let that defense make them have to drive. It was under 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. So, and Greenbrier East did what they needed to right there, got the stop and punched it in.
So let's see what East will do is they'll tee the ball up between the two hashes there in between the two 40s.
I tell you what they're not going to do.
No, I wouldn't think they would kick it deep. I wouldn't think so. Wouldn't kick it to Waller.
I don't think they're going to kick it deep to number 5.
But we've had a little bit of everything.
Look for the onside kick right here.
Or a squib maybe with 31 seconds left in the half. We'll see what East does, and they will squib it down the middle of the field. And Beckley just ought to get on it, and they do it to 31. And, Eric, with 30 seconds left in the half, if I was Beckley, I think I would just take a knee and get into the locker room and regroup.
Yeah, but they have a quick strike offense, and if they can get, one of their receivers deep, it wouldn't hurt to take a shot, one shot.
Well, the main thing what you don't want to do, obviously, you don't turn the ball over, and, they got the ball on their own 31. Maybe instead of taking a shot, if you did something short and it got positive yardage. But I think the way that East has kind of maybe recaptured the momentum, that maybe Beckley will run the ball, just take a knee. Let's see what they do. It's a tight formation, but that's how they line up anyway. Richardson up under center, and he's going to keep the ball, and he's going to get hit and lose yards back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah,
and now Greenbrier or Beckley's going to call a timeout with 21 seconds left in the half. So the loss goes from the 31, goes back inside the 30, back to the 28-yard line. They lost 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Coming up, we'll have the stats. Mr. Chris Farish with that, what'd you say, that Charlie Brown eraser on his pencil. I don't think he needed an eraser. He's so good. He don't make mistakes. He don't need an eraser. We'll have stats of the first half. We'll recap what's been a very entertaining, exciting game. 28-20, Beckley here. But now, Eric, since Beckley lost yardage on that first down, I'm surprised they really took a timeout there. Maybe they just want to take a knee and get in the locker room here. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, right here, I mean, if you're going to spread them out, maybe go shotgun, but we'll see what they dial up here.
2nd and 13 for Beckley on their own 28. They got a real tight formation as they run a lot of the time. And Richardson will work up over center. They'll put a man in motion. Richardson, he's going to throw the ball. Throwing the ball on an out, and it's caught. Elijah Redfern and a first down, and a great play by Redfern. A beautiful throw by Richardson, and Redfern able to haul it in and get out of bounds.
Well, that's a dime. That's what they call this. This stands in there, knows he's about to get hit, and delivers a strike down the field.
And now, because you have timeouts and you have a good kicker, you can now use the middle of the field.
Definitely. The whole playbook is open right here.
So 15 seconds remaining in the half. Beckley with it on their own 48-yard line. Waller to the top of the screen. Redfern will be in the slot.
Now look for something, a post right here with Redfern, because
going deep, ball downfield, and just out of the reach of Redfern as 10 seconds now left in the half.
Yeah, that was a good play call, just not able to complete it, but just another good-looking throw by Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson has really impressed me. His throwing the ball, his running ability, the way he's ran the offense, he's done a really good job. So now you just got to be careful with 10 seconds left if you're Beckley. And I think if you're going to throw the ball, which looks like they are, Eric, I think I would try to hit the home run ball as you mentioned.
Right here.
You don't want to throw it out in the flat or something like that.
You want something toward
the goal line.
The goal line. And
so Richardson from the shotgun, pistol set, takes the snap. Beckley picks up the pressure, going deep. Got a man out there, Waller, and he overthrows him. 4 seconds left now in the half, and time for maybe one more play. Yeah, I don't think they can squeeze 2 plays out of 4 seconds unless there's a penalty. So more than likely, this will be the final play. And I think you just rear back, throw the ball as far as you can throw it.
He's
and
got
see
a
if you've
strong
got
enough arm.
Well, and Beckley's got good enough athletes just
Yes.
to go up and try to maybe make a play here. The Hail Mary play. We'll see what they elect to do on their own 48-yard line.
But it's tough on those receivers running all these go routes. But you have to understand the defensive backs are gassed a little bit as well.
So let's see what Beckley will cook up. They got trips to the far side.
Trips,
Waller is on the top of the screen. And there's going to be a false start on Beckley, and that'll back them up 5 yards. So that'll take the ball from the 48 back to the 43-yard line.
It was actually on the center. The center double clutched it.
So back to the 43.
Come on, center. Hey, the center, he was ready to get that snap off, but he was the only one on that count.
You got to think, like we talked about, Beckley will throw the home run ball here. Once again, trips to the far side, and now Greenbrier East will, I'm sure, want to call a timeout to make sure that their defensive alignment is correct. And this is what you like about the chess game. And that's why, we talked about when we were talking about going to do this game. It's always this way. And that's great. It's such a rivalry between Beckley and Greenbrier East, and they bring out the best in each other.
Yep. The exact words I was thinking. They really they get after one another. This game means something to not only just the players, but to the whole community. Both communities, it means something to win this game.
Well, like I said, when you look at both of their schedules, And Beckley's made the postseason each of the last 2 seasons, and last year started off 2-0. And I think when you have East at home and you won last week, you're thinking the schedule's going to get a little bit more difficult as you kind of navigate your way through it. You feel this is a game you have to win at home if you're Beckley.
Yeah, a must-win game. And this is one that, Greenbrier East couldn't find any offense last week. They only scored 7 points against Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
And, they exploded for what? All their points have been in the second quarter. And they've exploded for 21.
East has to play Bluefield. They're going to play Princeton twice this year. So, Beckley's going to play Bluefield and Princeton, Parkersburg South, GW, Oak Hill. So, your East, you've already lost a game. You think maybe if you can steal one on the road at Beckley, boy, that'll really kind of elevate your team. So let's see what Beckley will does. Possibly the final play, unless there's a penalty on the defense, as back to throw is Richardson. They run him out of the pocket. He's backfiring. He throws the ball. It's going to come up short, and that's going to be the end of the first half. A very exciting first half. And at the break, your score is Beckley 28, Greenbrier East 20. We'll take our 2-minute second quarter break, then come back and have the Massey Power Sports halftime show streaming here on Video Productions.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatscity.com.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. We have the stat man, the ever great stat man, Mr. Chris Farish, on hand. Also, Bill O'Brien in the house tonight. Bill O'Brien doing the PA tonight here at Van Meter Stadium, and Jackie Moon is on camera. And what a great first half, Eric. 28-20 at the break, and Beckley got off to a 21-0 lead as Elijah Redfern, the hat trick, with 3 first-quarter touchdowns, and it looked like Beckley was going to run away and hide from East, but then East able to hit a couple of big plays, got a big defensive stop, got themselves back in it, and it's anybody's game here at halftime, 28-20.
Yeah, and it was a tale of 2 quarters, Mayor. As you said, Beckley scored on the final play of the first quarter and went up 21-0, and then they were able to East scored to make it 21-7, and it's just been back and forth, and East really controlled the momentum of that game of the second quarter to really get back in it.
Yeah, Beckley's touchdown drives, they were 6 plays in 6 plays, 47-yard 6 plays, 47 yards, a 6-yard run by Redfern. Then Redfern scored again on their actually the second drive was a missed field goal. The third possession, Beckley ended up in the end zone. That was a 7-play, 52-yard drive, and that was set up by a big it was a big touchdown pass, that a big play there that Beckley able to score on. Then Beckley got the third possession actually was the big play, the 1-play drive, 41 yards for the touchdown pass, and Beckley went up 21-0. But East scored on a 3rd and 16. They also scored on a 4th and 9, and Beckley had a 28-14 lead, and then Beckley went for it deep in their own territory in there in the last couple of minutes, and they didn't get it, and that gave East a short field, and East able to punch it in the end zone. They missed the extra point, but that's got us to where we are right now, 28-20.
Yeah, and East really found something. We'll do that segment. But East really battled back, and you thought that Beckley had them on the ropes, but East said not so fast. They went to their corner, regrouped, and they're right in this game.
We're going to take our first Massey Power Sports halftime break. When we come back, Eric will have the stats of the first half. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school football on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. And don't forget, we have one of the largest selections of inventory to help find you that perfect ride. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
We're dealing!
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley. At the break, the Flying Eagles lead the Greenbrier East Spartans 28-20. Tonight's game here on the Massey Power Sports Halftime Show is being brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They have futuristic bowling every Friday and Saturday night. They also have fall leagues forming. For more information, you can dial them up at 304-253-7328. Also, at this time, I want to thank the fine financial advisors at Edward Jones. You work hard for your money, so when you're ready to retire like I have, you want to turn to the pros of Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Heather Cantley, 304-254-9995, or Wayne Rhodes at 304-253-7335. Also, I want to tell you about the fine folks at Cracker Barrel. That's right, Cracker Barrel. Got to love me some pig, some bacon and some sausage to go along with some ham, any kind of pig to go along with eggs, whether they're scrambled sunny side up. The great folks at Cracker Barrel in Beckley and Princeton. And last but certainly not least, Indoor Air, a proud sponsor of Raleigh County Sports. For all your heating and cooling needs, you can dial up the good folks at Indoor Air. You're a Amana dealer, 304-890-2012. Well, Eric, you have the numbers of what was a very exciting first half.
Yeah, okay, once again, Beckley leads Greenbrier East 28-20 at the half. And the numbers show an even game because the difference in the game right now is special teams. If not for the kickoff, this could be kickoff return by Beckley. This game has been played even. Greenbrier East leads in total yards. They have 195 total yards, Mares. They have only 25 on the ground, but 170 through the air as their quarterback, Hamrick, has been able to slice and dice through the secondary of Beckley. He's 7 of 12, 170 yards passing with 3 TDs. Well, 2 of those strikes going to Subtle, and one a big long third and third and 16.
Third and 16 to Burdett.
To Burdett for a score, and that totals 195 yards total offense. Beckley, on the other hand, has been kind of balanced tonight. They have 108 yards on the ground, and led right now. They've had 8 players carry the ball at least one time. They're led on the ground by Elijah Waller with 53, but Elijah Redfern has carried it 3 times for 10 yards and 2 scores, and Elijah Redfern's also the leading receiver with 4 receptions, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Devin Richardson has been really calm in the pocket. He's only thrown it 7 times, completing 4. 3 of his incompletions was on that last drive.
Yeah.
And so he's 4 of 7 for 84 yards through the air.
So at the break, it's a 28-20 Beckley lead. We'll take our second halftime break here in the Massey Power halftime show, and we'll return at Van Meter Stadium in Beckley as the Flying Eagles lead Greenbrier East 28-20. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school football on Video Productions.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Offering a variety of primary care services, Access Health specializes in women's health, pediatrics, family practice, adult medicine, and behavioral health. Our staff offers quality personal care with exceptional service and innovative technology to keep you and your family well. Access Health, we're your medical home.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert Z. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
Welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Have Chris Farish producing the stats, heavy hitter producing and directing, and Jackie Moon on camera. Beckley leading 28-20 at the break. And Eric, you've got some other scores around the state of West Virginia.
Okay, we'll start in the AAA ranks right now. Number 1, Huntington's really flexing its muscle at South Charleston. They lead 79-0.
Wow.
In the second quarter. Not even halftime. Number 2, Martinsburg at home, hosting Stonebridge, Virginia. And they're flexing their muscle as well. They're up 41-0 in the fourth quarter. Number 3 Hurricanes on the road at Capital. Wow, the Capital program is really falling off right now. It's 65-0.
Well, they gave up 83 last week to Parkersburg South.
Yes, and this is the game of the week, the Metro News game of the week, and they chose a good one. Number 7 Morgantown at number 4 Bridgeport, and the Mohegans lead are on top 22-14 in the third quarter. Spring Valley and Cabell Midland at Spring Valley 7-7 in the second quarter. And Parkersburg South, they can score. They're on the road at University. They're up 44-20 at halftime.
And by the way, that's who Beckley gets next week at Parkersburg South.
Yeah, future opponent. And the Princeton Tigers hosting Bluefield, number 7 AA team. They're up 7-6 in the third quarter.
Princeton leads that game, of course, future opponents, but Greenbrier East's opponent next week is home with Bluefield.
Yeah, and now we'll go to AA. AA number 1. Independence on the road at Oak Hill, and in the dogfight, AAA Oak Hill is 20-20 in the third quarter. Lincoln County's up 27-0 over Elkins. Fairmont Senior, of course, played last night, and they beat Robert C. Byrd 62-34. Scott coming off a big win off of Herbert Hoover is hosting Wayne, and Scott's up 12-9 at halftime. North Marion's up 34-0 over AAA Preston. And Winfield, another game of ranked teams, hosting Herbert Hoover, and Winfield's up 28-13 in the third.
So do you have any single-A scores?
Well, let's try to find that Shady Springs
Yeah, Shady,
score.
they were up, 21-7,
Yes,
I think?
21-7 at halftime. And let's go to the single-A ranks. There's a good one over in Charmco, I think, Maris, with Summers County visiting Greenbrier West. And I think Greenbrier West is up 29-8 at halftime over Summers County. Number 3, Wahama is hosting Doddridge County, and they're up 34-18. Number 1, Williamstown is up 44-0 over Webster County. And Tucker County is hosting Tigers Valley, and they're up 64-0. A lot of offenses getting going tonight in the second week.
Yeah, and of course, we've had a lot of fireworks here, 48 total points scored between these two teams, and we'll take our final break here in the Massey Power Sports halftime show. We come back, we'll get you ready for the second half as Beckley leads Greenbrier East 28-20. We're streaming here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
It's 4th down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but Brian moves! Incredible! A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it!
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Hi, Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
Yes, we welcome you back to Van Meter's Stadium in Beckley. And Eric, boy, the Lassies down there are giving the big crowd a lot of entertainment as they're rocking and rolling here at Van Meter Stadium tonight.
Putting on a good performance right here. Just like this game, they're very exciting like this game has been. I'm anxious to get this second half rolling.
Well, Eric, you're going to have to put your coaching hat on, and if you are in the Greenbrier East locker room, what is the brain trust of the Spartans telling their guys?
Hey, keep doing what you did in that second quarter. You played sound defense, able to get a couple stops, and they really found something out in the secondary of Beckley.
And if you're Beckley?
Hey, it's not about the pass rush. They've been getting home to the quarterback. It's about shoring up that secondary. I don't know. The safeties need to do something different because they got picked apart in that second quarter.
Yeah, so Beckley to make some adjustments defensively and see if Beckley can reestablish the run, which is really effective in that first quarter. It helped set up the pass.
Yeah, it really did because Beckley was able to do what they wanted to in that first quarter. And like I said, it was a tale of two quarters. In Greenbrier East, they bowled up, and these young kids have really come to play now. And I think all the momentum is squarely on the Greenbrier East side.
And, you know, Eric, what we maybe hadn't touched on, we did touch on at the time what happened, but Beckley stole an extra possession when they onside kicked it to start the game and was able to go down and score, and they got up 21-0. But Greenbrier East, we knew they wouldn't roll over, and they came roaring back.
Yeah, and you're right about that. So save that first possession. Had not been for that, Beckley could be down at halftime. Greenbrier East thoroughly were the better team in that second quarter, latter half of that second quarter.
Yeah, because after Beckley got up 21-0, the only other score came on the kickoff return, special teams. Beckley looked like Greenbrier East has kind of made some adjustments defensively. It made it a little tougher for Beckley in that second quarter.
And they really have. And the thing is, though, it's not really – you can't really just pick your poison now from what we saw with this offense. So I think they're really said we're going to take the run away and maybe make them have to put it in the air. So the adjustments at halftime are going to – whoever makes the best adjustments wins the game.
And, of course, turnovers always play a big role. We've only had one turnover tonight. Beckley was able to get a pick as Greenbrier East hammering through the one interception. But Beckley will have the ball to start the second half. It is a big crowd, as you would expect. Beckley's second home game. They were home last week in their win over Riverside. So if you're Beckley, obviously you got to think of a way to pull this game out because you've got a real tough task going on the road at Parkersburg South next week. And speaking of going on the road, Independence is just went ahead of Oak Hill on the road as they're winding down the end of the third quarter. 26-20 is the Patriot lead, and we appreciate Heather Belcher from Loot Press providing us with that information, doing a great job as she always does over there at Oak Hill. But, you know, I think this would be a real gut check and shows you the character of this Independence team. If they're able in a tough environment, because they haven't really tested like this a lot at all last
Definitely
year.
Not in the regular season.
Especially being tested this early in the season, if they were able to find a way to pull that one out over
Oak
Hill.
And the thing is, there's one thing that could come back that we've touched on it since we've been doing the games, those extra points, the extra points. And now in this tight game, it could come down to a kick late in the game or whoever. Like Oak Hill could probably score and maybe get an extra point.
It
could
2-point
conversion
to making a 2-point conversion
Yeah,
or
exactly.
stopping
Or
a
stopping a
2-point
two-point
conversion. So they've added another 140 back on the clock. And so while we got a minute, Eric, or actually a minute and 40 before we kick it off, we'll switch our gears to college football. You know, this is the first real I know they had week 0 last week, had a handful of games, but the majority of the teams around the country, outside of course West Virginia at Penn State tomorrow night, is there any other main game that you're like, hey, I got to see that game?
Well, I actually want to see what Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes do on the road. We had a chance to talk about it. He's complete roster overhaul, 80-some new players. And going into a tough environment with TCU. Of course, TCU lost their quarterback, their running back, their best wide receiver, but still that program was in the Final Four, of college football last year. So I'm anxious to watch that.
Yeah, went all the way to the championship game.
Yeah, and I think the key matchup of the weekend for me that I would pay to see is LSU Florida State
yeah.
Sunday night. So that's going to be a good one.
And I'll tell you what, I think Monday night's game, Clemson at Duke, I think that's going to be – Duke's a lot better.
If you can remember, this weekend is setting up like last year. You and I were at the
Columbus, Notre Dame, Ohio State.
And we watched the LSU Florida State game.
Yeah, and Florida State blocked an extra point to win by 1 point.
To win the game.
They played that in New Orleans. They'll play in Orlando. Of course, with the hurricane, the tropical storm that came through that turned into a hurricane, I don't know if that will affect the weather in Orlando on Sunday night.
Okay, so into the third quarter, I just got an update from Dave Morrison. Oak Hill has the ball, 4th and 8 at the Indy 15.
So you'd think they would go for it. They wouldn't kick a field goal. So we'll see how that unfolds as this game, like I said, with all the throwing and all the stoppage we had, this game's kind of running a little longer. Of course, this game started at 7:30. Most of the other games that we're telling you about all kicked off at 7. And, I wish we could have all of them start at 7 o'clock. That would be a thing, but it is what it is. So we're ready to start the second half. 28-20 the lead. Beckley led as much as 21-0, and then it was 21-7, 28-7. Greenbrier East scored the last 2 times, and they missed the extra point off of their last score, so that's why it's an 8-point game as the captains will meet in the center of the field. Beckley will get the ball to start the second half. Next week, Beckley on the road. They got to go to Parkersburg South. They're starting the fourth quarter now, 26-20, as Eric told you, over at Independence. And I've got an update, 86-0 in favor of Huntington over South Charleston at halftime. And, you just wonder how I mean, like last week, Parkersburg South scored 83.
Yes.
Here at halftime, it's 86-0. Sometimes you just can't help it. I mean, there's such a difference.
The thing is, you have 2 proud programs in South Charleston and Capital, and it just shows you a lot of people. Everybody goes through, it's a roller coaster, ups and downs, man. But look for both of those programs to get back, on the right foot and get going. And
well,
I was just looking. Do you remember Demir Pitts that played for South Charleston?
Yeah,
he made the 53-man roster. Playing in the pros, and he was just 2018. Think about it, playing at South Charleston.
So we're ready to start the third quarter, the second half of play. Greenbrier East will kick off. Beckley will work right to left on your screen. 28-20. Beckley at one time led 21-0. It was 28-7. So Beckley's had a 21-point advantage on 2 different occasions, and East has trimmed the lead to 8. So ready to go. Elijah Waller here on the near side. And I think that is Redfern, on the far side. Can't quite make that out as we're ready to start the second half.
No, that's A.J. Thomas.
A.J. Thomas is going to be a squibber. And Beckley will get on it there at the 35. Cross the 40, 50. This is going to be a Beckley touchdown for the second time in this game. Beckley is going to run a kickoff to the house. A touchdown for the Flying Eagles.
And Jay Staples.
As that ball was squibbed, he took it. Let's see where he took it at. He was able to weave his way through traffic, go right up the middle, and nobody home for Greenbrier East and a Beckley touchdown. And let's see, he caught the ball right there at the 35.
He zagged, and he straight up the gut.
65-yard kickoff return to start the second half, and Beckley leads 34-20. So right now, the story of the game, the Beckley special teams, as they set up to for the extra point by placement, a 65-yard return by Staples. Scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Nothing tastes as good in a blue can as Pepsi. The extra point is up, and it is good.
Well, kicking into that end zone, I could not see it.
Beckley is extending its lead, and, Eric, like I said, Beckley has not scored a touchdown with their offense since the first quarter. But their last 2 touchdowns, they returned 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, and this by Staples of 65 yards, and Beckley's extended its lead to 15, 35-20. So, Eric, I would say that's quite an adjustment for Beckley coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, but the real adjustment that needs to be made is trying to cover the tight end. What's his name, Burdette, for Greenbrier East, and they're sneaking the running back out of the backfield as well. And the 2 fellas they need to pick up. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make here at halftime.
Well, Eric, I will say this. It's not that Greenbrier East can't win this game, because they certainly can. But as long as I've been watching football, there's not very many teams that give up 2 kickoff returns in the same game and win the game.
Yeah, that's tough sledding right there. And both of them, backbreakers, so to speak. Let's see if they can, Coach Ray Lee can get them to rebound and really get going on this drive here.
Yeah, that only took 10 seconds off the clock. And we're waiting for Beckley as now they break their huddle on the sideline. Beckley's got it teed up at the 40 between the two hashes. So just like that, Staples, a 65-yard kick return. And Greenbrier East was kicking the ball short to avoid that, and Beckley able to make them pay anyway.
So look at this formation. They know that Beckley does a lot of squibbing and a lot of pooch kicking. Only one person back deep.
There is a high hop, and the ball's up for grabs, and East is going to get on it. Beckley almost recovered that, and East will take over at their own 38-yard line for their first possession of the second half.
I'm telling you, the kicker for Beckley is a weapon. That is a great onside kick.
Yeah, to be able to use that
high bounce
off the turf.
Second bounce, yes.
So Greenbrier East now down 15 as they give up the second half kickoff. And East will have it 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line as Brody Hamrick, who had a big first half with 3 touchdown passes, will lead them out.
Well, let's see this. The secondary right here for Beckley can get back on firm footing, because I can guarantee you they got a stern talking to at halftime.
So East will run twins to each side. They got it back to the right of Hamrick. Shotgun snap, put a man in motion, and they'll try to get the edge, and Beckley's all over it. Connor Ray with a nice defensive play.
Yeah, shot the gap and able to pretty much almost take the handoff on that one.
Yeah, that was a very slow developing play. The loss will go back inside the 35, back to the 34-yard line, lose 4 on the play.
But Greenbrier East has them right where they want them offensively.
Well, that's where you're right, because when it's been 2nd, 3rd, or 4th and long, they've been able
every time
to hit a big play down the field.
Yep.
So it'll be 2nd and 14 for East. Ball at their own 34-yard line. 9:12 left in the game over at Oak Hill is Independence in front 26-20. We appreciate Heather Belcher from Loot Press. Here's a running play off the left side. There's running room across the 40 and near a first down over the 45. Once again, that's a good run by Suttle. Suttle's had a big night. They're going to be a little short here on 3rd down. It looks like about a yard, maybe 2 yards shy of what they need.
Yeah, but what a big burst, and that's a good looking. He's just a sophomore. And
got a flag on the play, too, and they're talking to the Greenbrier East captains. This might go against Beckley. It came in late. They might tack on penalty yardage at the end of the run.
It should be. Looks like if it's late, it's going to be of the 15-yard variety, right?
Well, the flag came in late, and let's see, the official's picking it up. So let's see what we got. The ball is going to be about a yard shy of what they needed. Waiting for the official to give the indication. The penalty is against Beckley, and it will be a first down. And this is a big one. Yep, personal foul, dead ball. At the flag came in late at the end of the play. So East now will be inside the Beckley 40 when you take the run plus the penalty yardage.
And just one of those mental mistakes right there that this Beckley team is going to have to clean up. I think that's their, 4th penalty of the game?
Yeah.
3rd or 4th. I'm not keeping those. But
and that first down will be to the Beckley 38-yard line.
Oh, now we have a little different formation here. Spread them out and running it.
And a nice play right up front there. I tell you, that the back there, Nate Suttle's a really good back, but a good job that time by the young man from
Landon
Beckley.
Jones. That was Landon Jones coming up, scraping a 6'3", 210-pound junior. I think his brother was the quarterback last year for this Flying Eagle team.
So that'll be virtually no gain. The ball will stay at the 38. 10-20 and counting 3rd quarter. And Greenbrier's Hamrick over to the far sideline getting his instructions. And, East, a lot of times they've been really pushing it to get the playoff in time.
Well, they're being real deliberate. So
well, there's 8 seconds on the play clock, and they're going to have to call a timeout, or they're not going to get this play in.
Yeah,
yes. There's no way they're going to get the play in. And you hate to think you take a timeout within the first couple of minutes of the 3rd quarter.
But I think that is the correct thing to do, because this is a key possession in this game to stay in this dogfight right now, because Beckley scored quick strike, and they have to answer, I think, to really to stretch this game into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, The difference in this game has been 2 kickoff returns by Beckley, one by Waller and one by Staples, and that's the difference in the game and a missed extra point. That's why we've got a 15-point Beckley advantage right now, 2 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, and Beckley hasn't been able to muster any offense after making it look so easy in that first quarter. This middle, the whole second quarter, they haven't had an offensive possession this third quarter, but the whole second quarter they were basically shut down on the offensive side.
So Greenbrier East, and you're right, Eric, this is too important of a drive after giving up the second half kickoff for a touchdown. You're deep in Beckley territory, and they just couldn't get the play in quick enough, and they had to burn a timeout.
Yeah, and you're right, and you were spot on because they had an 82-yard kickoff return with a 10-14 mark of the second quarter and the opening kickoff after halftime.
Coming down under 7 minutes over at Oak Hill. Independence still hanging on with a 26-20 lead. So it looks like, Eric, that's going to come down all the way to the end, as here is a second down play for Greenbrier East at the 38-yard line of Beckley. Hamrick will keep it himself. He'll slide, and he might take in a late, they'll call a flag on that. As he slid, he looked like he got hit. Apparently no flag. That was a really close play.
Well, that's kind of tough to call a flag on that. It's a late slide, so this is just he's like, oh, I'm going down, and the guy was already launching. Yeah, that's a good no call.
As we watch the replay, the ball down there to the Beckley 34. So you got to think East thinking 2 plays to pick this
definitely
up.
2 plays, and hey, when they're behind the chains a little bit, this is something out of the ordinary. It's third and manageable, not third and long right here.
So let's see what Greenbrier East will do. They have twin receivers to each side. They got Settle to the right of Hamrick. Hamrick in the gun. Takes the snap to throw. Has time, throws an out route, and Beckley had it well covered, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that time it was good defense by Beckley because they got a consistent pass rush and decent coverage right there.
And Oak Hill has just tied the game 26-all against Independence.
Coming down to a 2-point conversion maybe here.
So it's 26-all, and they're approaching about 6 minutes left in the game. And I'm not sure if Oak Hill has attempted the PAT yet, but they did get a touchdown to tie the game. So here's a big play in this game, 4th down for Beckley. We appreciate Heather Belcher from Loot Press. So they'll run twins to each side, 5 on the play clock. Hamrick looks around. He's going to have to hurry up. And will he get the snap off just in time? Steps in the pocket. They force him out of the pocket. He throws, got a man. It's caught. And that's going to be a first down, yes, as they move the pile inside the 25. And once again, Greenbrier East, as you mentioned, Eric, they had them right where they want them. When it's 4th down, they've been able to connect, and they move the chains.
And that's got to be frustrating right here if you're Beckley, because this quarterback is cool as the other side of the pillow right here, just throwing a strike, stepping up, throwing a strike, and gets a little help from his offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Hardest he got hit was by his own guy.
But they put the ball back at the 25. They needed 6. They got 9, but it's enough to move the chains. It'll be first down for East of the Beckley 25. But Hamrick has really played well tonight, taking that big hit.
I already see an adjustment that Beckley's made. See, the safety's now cheating over to the strong side.
Here's Suttle on a running play. He takes a big hit as he gets the ball inside the 25 for a very minimal gain. They'll give him a yard, maybe 2.
And just that little subtlety, moving that safety over on the hash right there will make that quarterback want to it's not an easy throw, moving the safety just a little bit.
They'll give him 2 on the play down to the Beckley 23. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Coming up on 8.5 to go here in the third.
And if you're Beckley, you're thinking you're trying to hold them to a field goal attempt here.
East works from the pistol set out of the gun. Hamrick with the snap, hands the ball to Settle up inside. Not much there as he gets to the 21 of Beckley. It'll bring up 3rd down.
And here comes that money down for the Greenbrier East Spartans. Able to convert consistently time after time on third down.
Well, it's
third and 4th down.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 6. Last time it was 3rd and 6. They got 9. Actually, it was a 4th down play.
Yeah, it was 4th.
Yeah, 4th down.
Yep.
So it's 3rd and 6 here. And as we said, it'll be 2 down territory. No question about that. Independence is down 27-26. Oak Hill did make the extra point. So they got about 6 minutes left in that game, and the Patriots are down 1. Hamrick to throw. Pumps. Looks. Going to the end zone. Got a man wide open. It's caught. Touchdown. A beautiful throw by Hamrick, his 4th of the game.
Pump and go.
It was, and the receiver wide open. I think that's Burdett. in the far corner for the Greenbrier East touchdown.
Yeah, and right here, if you see, I don't like to call kids out. Elijah Redfern jumped.
He bit on it.
The pump and go. He bit, and there it is.
A beautiful thrown ball.
Took advantage
touchdown.
of being real aggressive.
I said that's Burdett, and it was not Burdett. I beg your pardon. It was Stone that held that in, that caught it. So East not going for 2 here. They've made it 35-26. They'll attempt from placement. That's a 62-yard drive in 9 plays. And Hamrick throws his 4th touchdown. The PAT is partially blocked, and it won't be strong enough to get it over the crossbar. But Greenbrier East is scored on their first possession, and your new score with 7:39 left in the third is Beckley 35 and Greenbrier East 26. And Eric, Greenbrier East has now scored their last 4 times that they've possessed the ball.
And made it look easy on 3rd and 4th down. I mean, just the confidence they have squarely. If you're Beckley, all 3 phases of the game are saving you right now because your defense is lacking, but you've blocked an extra point, they've missed an extra point, and you scored on consecutive kickoffs. So that's the only thing making you win this game right now. And if I'm Greenbrier East, I'm trying to just squib it, get it to where I can make this offense from Beckley try to drive it down the field, make a mistake.
In the 4th quarter down at Princeton, Princeton's in front of Bluefield 13-6, I believe it was. 6 or 7, let me make sure that's correct. 13-6 Princeton in the 4th quarter down at Princeton. Of course, Beckley plays both Princeton and Bluefield, as does Greenbrier East. In fact, Greenbrier East will play Bluefield next week. But we got a game here, Eric, plenty of time left, 7:39 in the third. And right now the difference is, East a touchdown behind, but they've missed 2 extra points. So somewhere along the line, Greenbrier East is going to have to go for 2.
Yes, they're going to have to go for 2.
And I thought right there they may go for 2 there. But they'll tee it up, and Beckley has ran the last 2 kickoffs back for touchdown.
Yeah, and the up back ran the last one.
You might want to kick it out of bounds.
And this is returnable.
Yep, to the 30. Crosses the 35. And down right there about the 40. So, you got to give up something. You'd rather give up the field position than give up the return for a touchdown. And Beckley will start this drive on their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, and that was Jonathan Zakreski right there, catching that one and getting it up the field.
Devin Richardson will bring him out. Actually, they'll give him the 41-yard line.
Well, this is where we're going to see Greenbrier East really shut down this run game of Beckley in that 2nd quarter.
So it's 7.5 to go in the 3rd.
And look at the box just stacked.
Richardson give the ball to Ray. Ray with a nice gain on 1st down. Gets the ball out to the 45. He'll get 4 on the play. And I think if you're Beckley, if you can do that, you can get 3-4 yards at a clip, eat some clock.
Well,
I think you're in good shape.
Beckley needs a sustained drive to keep that defensively right now. They've been on the field a long time. Yeah, they've been on the field a long time, and Greenbrier East really has got their number offensively right now.
2nd and 6. It'll be a running play. They'll go up inside, and they'll be close to a 1st down to get the ball at midfield. Actually, just shy of midfield. They're going to need a couple of yards here on 3rd down.
And that was Landon Jones, and this is a big time 3rd down play because you can guarantee that Beckley, if it's 4th and short, will not probably punt it away.
Well, they went for it right there late in the first half, and that's what allowed East to get the ball, go down and score.
And the momentum, because it was 28-14 at that point.
That's right. So 3rd down and a good 2 yards. Beckley has it on their own 49. They'll run the ball to Connor Ray, and he got stood up. He won't get there. So now it's decision time again for Street Surratt. The ball's at midfield where he got the spot. It's going to be 4th and 1.
This is a good spot. This is a lot shorter than the last time, and they're going for it. They're teeing it up and no hesitation here.
Ball right at midfield.
Maybe a hard count here. Get up. Yeah, hope your guys don't jump.
He got a real good spot. They give him over the 50.
They gave him a great spot, a favorable spot here.
So you'd think maybe they'll run a quarterback sneak. It's not even a full yard. It's about not even a half a yard, maybe a length of a football. Big play here on 4th down. Richardson up under center, the quarterback sneak. The pile will push it. He got it easy and then some as they'll push the pile down to the East 45-yard line. So a new package of downs for Beckley as they move the ball to the Greenbrier East side of the field at the 45. Actually going to say maybe the 46. They move the ball back, but it'd still be enough for a Beckley 1st down at the Spartan 46-yard line. So a new package down for Beckley. Richardson up under center. We've seen him up under center and in the shotgun tonight. Running play. Plows ahead for a couple. Inside the 45, maybe to the east 44. Trying to see who that was that carried the ball, Eric.
It was just a cloud of dust right there. I think 32, is that Bryce Ford.
So Ford carries the ball to the east 44-yard line, actually 43-yard line. He got 3 on the play. Second down coming up, 2nd and 7 from the east 43. We're under 5 minutes for the third. Here's a sweep to the near side. This Waller cuts it back up inside. He's got a first down. He's got more. He's got 6, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Waller.
No laundry on the field.
A 43-yard touchdown run by Elijah Waller with 4.5 to go in the third. That's his, with that touchdown.
4 carries, 98 yards, and 2 scores.
And they take a 41-26 lead as we watch the replay.
And this was just individual effort right here. Once he gets to the second level,
speed
makes him miss, and then just speed.
So that's a 6-play, 59-yard drive with Waller capping it off with a 43-yard touchdown run. It's 41-25 with 4:35 left in the third. The PAT, it looks good, and it is. So your new score with 4:35 left here in the third quarter. Beckley 42, Greenbrier East 26. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Nothing tastes better than an ice cold Pepsi, especially when you're having a slice of Giovanni's Pizza. So a nice looking drive for Beckley. And they were able to pick up a 4th down play to keep the drive alive. Beckley 6 plays and 59 yards. So now, the one thing about it, Greenbrier East has scored the last 4 times they've had the ball, but Eric East has really not been able to slow up Beckley, whether it be that time from possession or whether it be on a kickoff return.
And it's been big plays, gashing the defense of Greenbrier East. Beckley just needs to now figure out something here. They need to leave this game feeling a little better about their defense, needing to go to Parkersburg South on the road next week, who is putting up multiple points.
Well, right now here, Eric, if you're Greenbrier East, here comes the onside kick by Beckley. They touched it before it went 10.
Yes.
And that's going to be a penalty, even though Beckley recovered. They touched it, way before it went 10. And, Beckley does that multiple times a game, and that's going to be Greenbrier East's ball because, like I said, Beckley.
Where'd they kick from, the 40?
Yeah, and he touched it before the ball got to the 50. Yeah, so East is going to take over on Beckley territory. Hey, kick from the 40.
Right,
watch
this was a tad closer than it looked. All he had to do was let it hit one more time.
Touched it.
If he let it bounce one more time.
If he let it bounce one more time, I think Beckley would have had it.
Yes.
So East will take over, and they'll put the ball down right at midfield. So it'll be first down for Greenbrier East. But the thing is, right now,
I would kick. I don't question coaching at all, but I would kick it deep just a little bit because you're giving them short field to work with, and this quarterback is slicing and dicing right now.
Well, with 4:34 left in the third quarter, Eric, Greenbrier East needs 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions just to tie the game. So the work from the gun, Hamrick waiting on the shotgun snap. He gets it. He'll hand the ball to Settle, and Settle takes a big hit as he gains maybe 2, perhaps 3, down to the Beckley 47-yard line.
Yeah, I'm walking away really impressed with Nate Settle, this sophomore. What they list him at 5'8", 158. He runs tough between the tackles.
Yeah.
Great receiver out of the backfield. The Spartans have themselves a player.
Yeah, he runs hard. And he scored a couple touchdowns here tonight.
And if you look at their team, I mean, the quarterback is a sophomore. The running back is a sophomore.
Yeah. A lot of their skill people are underclassmen.
The tight end, sophomore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something to build on.
You're right. Like I said, a lot of their skill people underclassmen. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Spartans. 3:15 counting in the third. They got the ball at the Beckley 47 up under center's Hamrick this time. They'll run the ball to Settle. He'll try to get to the edge. And Beckley will stack him up as he'll get the ball a couple of yards to the 45 of Beckley.
Third down. 3rd and 5?
3rd and 5. Definitely 2 down territory for East. The ball at the Beckley 45. Got to get the ball to the 40. And, the time is on Beckley's side, too. Even if Greenbrier scores, you want them. If you do give up a touchdown, you want to make sure that East burns a lot of time in doing it. But as I mentioned, East down 16. They need 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions just to tie the game. So here's a big play, 3rd and 5 for Greenbrier East at the Beckley 45-yard line. Up under center's Hamrick, work out of the eye. They'll run it with Settle straight ahead, and he's only going to get a yard or two and bring up another big 4th down play. Put the ball down. He didn't get but maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Look for East to go, spread them out. Spread them out, play a numbers game, because you have a quarterback that can scramble and throw on the run. You have good receivers. This is a big – I've been saying it a lot, but this could be the play of the game right here.
So the Beckley crowd coming to its feet, roaring, 4th down and 4 at the Flying Eagle 44-yard line. They'll work out of the eye again. It's going to be a play action. Hamrick with time, throws, got a man out there, and he couldn't connect, and Beckley will turn him over on downs.
I don't think the receiver actually saw that ball. The ball got on him real fast. If we can look on the replay, once the ball was past the receiver as he looked up. So he has him, see?
Yep. He had him open.
He had
just
him
couldn't
open,
connect. And a big stop for the Beckley defense, and they'll now take over on their own 44-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Beckley on their own 44. With 2:17 in the 3rd, and they're up 16 at 42-26. Beckley looking to go 2-0 for the 2nd straight year. And Richardson up under center. Power out, just an eye, and they'll run the ball now. And I think with this lead, Eric, of 16 points, and now we're coming down toward the end of the 3rd quarter, I think we're going to see a lot of this of ground and pound by Beckley.
Ground and pound. No need to put it in the air because, this ground game is working. Really impressed with this Beckley offense. This is more multiple than people think. I mean, they ran, that tight formation, but they were also able to get out, spread it out a little bit, and they have some receivers, and the quarterback looks good delivering the ball. So
I think you're right, Eric. I think with Richardson showing the ability to, throw and scramble, keep plays alive, I think that gives defenses, as there's a penalty on Beckley.
And this is the one thing that
they got to clean
it up.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think what makes Beckley different this year than their 2 past playoff teams last year and 2 years ago is the way that the threat that their quarterback makes the defense, because you just can't, as there's a 5-yard penalty on Beckley, but he can throw the ball. He's elusive. He's a good athlete, and that makes Beckley completely different offensively.
Yeah, and he just looks – this is his first varsity action, the first 2 games.
Last week was his first varsity start at quarterback.
And I think the only game that I saw him happened to be off the Princeton game he got in late last year. But other than that, I never saw him. But he had a successful JV season last year. They went 9-1 in JV.
Yeah, he's a 6'2", 185-pound junior. So the penalty will cost him 5 back to the 42. They're going to run the ball right up the gut and just try to move the pile. And a good job of that offensive line across the 45 out to about the 47, 48-yard line. But if you're Beckley, you can just try to chew up some clock here. And even if you don't get a first down, punt and just play good defense.
Yeah, punt and play some sound defense, because you finally got to stop. You hadn't stopped Greenbrier East in their previous 4 possessions.
That last drive was the first stop.
The
first stop in the last 4.
Yes.
Out of 5 possessions, East had scored touchdowns on 4 of them until that last one.
Yeah.
So here's a 3rd down play. Beckley has the ball on their own 48-yard line. They got to get across midfield, and they got to get the ball to the East 46 to keep this drive alive. They're in no hurry. We're under 40 seconds for the 3rd quarter, 8 on the play clock, and probably going to get a running play here. Richardson will put Ray in motion, and now it's going to be a penalty, and I think it's going to be on Beckley. And that's the thing, as we talked about, Eric, just got to clean that up, because they've had just these drive killers, momentum killers of these flags.
And I'm not saying this is not a big game, but you're going to have games on down this schedule, the Bluefields, the Parkersburg Souths, the Princetons.
Huntington
definitely can't do that against Huntington.
So the penalty will take the ball back to the 43. What they had was 3rd and manageable. Now you got 3rd and you're behind the chains, where you probably could have ran the ball on 3rd down. They may throw it here. We'll see what they do with 27 seconds. In fact, I was going to say they can't let the clock run out. Princeton is in front of Bluefield now, 20-6.
So this is.
Here's Richardson to throw. He's got time. Now the pressure comes, and it's a big sack as they sack him all the way back inside the 30-yard line, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter.
And the first sack of the game.
Yep, the end of 3, it's Beckley of 42, Greenbrier East 26. When we start the fourth quarter, Beckley will have a 4th and forever as you're watching live streaming coverage of high school football on Video Productions.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett, owner of Window World of Beckley. At Window World, we are proud to deliver exterior solutions that are beautiful, affordable, and guaranteed for life. We do things the right way. Honest pricing, no gimmicks, and thousands of satisfied customers. Call Window World of Beckley today at 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW and have your new windows, siding, and doors before winter. Window World of Beckley, family owned,
nationally known.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. We got the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, Jackie Moon on camera, and last but certainly not least, the stat man, Mr. Chris Farish. We start the fourth quarter, Eric, and a big sack by East. And Beckley will have to punt 4th and very long as they'll be kicking and their punter standing on their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, and this is one of those where this young kicking crew, they've done a really good job. This is the first punt of the game for Beckley.
Yeah, and Eric, I think, and I'll see if you agree with me, I think for Greenbrier East to have a real legitimate chance to come back and win this game, they have to score on this possession. Here's the punt. It's blocked. It's blocked. It's the end of the end zone. Will it be a touchdown? Will it be a safety? It's recovered for a Greenbrier East touchdown on a blocked punt. Wow, we have seen everything tonight. That's the third special team touchdown between the two. 2 kickoff returns for Beckley, and now a block punt by Greenbrier East. Look at this, right up the middle, and look at that. Beautiful to lay out the block, the punt, and a touchdown to make it 42-32, and I'm sure, now I thought East would go for 2, but maybe, let's see. You down 10, you think they would go to 2 here to try to get it to 8 as Greenbrier East come pouring in. And looks like they are going – nope, they're going to kick it, which kind of surprised me a little bit. But, wow, what a turn of events. The first play of the fourth quarter, a block punt. There's the snap, there's the kick, and it is good. So that makes the score 42-33, and we have seen a little bit of everything as Greenbrier East blocks a Beckley punt. And with 11:54, and Eric, as soon as I said that, I think for East to have a legitimate chance to win the game, they had a score on this drive right on cue. They blocked the punt. Yeah. Scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia.
So let's think about this. As good as the special teams have been to Beckley, it let them down right there because a bunch of free runners right there on that punt, and nothing the punter could do but maybe try to eat it. And he tried to get on it, kick it out of it, recover it for just a safety. And
well, you're right, Eric. You're absolutely right. The only thing the punter could really do was try to either kick it out the end zone or recover it himself to give up 2 rather than 6 and now 7.
And right, just like that, Greenbrier East is right back in it. So now let's see what they decide to do here with this kick.
I'd kick it out of bounds if I was Greenbrier East. But I'm really surprised, though, right there. Of course, Coach Rhodes knows his team way better than I know Coach Lee. I'm surprised that they didn't go for 2 right there to try to get it to 8. Because whether you're down to 11, down 10, if you don't get it, you're still going to have to score twice.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. You're going to have to go for 2 at some point. You're chasing points, and
right.
And now the time's going against you.
Here comes the kick. It's a squibber to the far side. Takes a big bounce across the 30.
Uh-oh.
There's some running room. And pushed out at midfield. A nice return that time by by Staples again. Staples has already returned 1 kickoff for a touchdown. And the special teams, I think, for Greenbrier East, I think it needs a little work. As good as they've been in other areas. And look at this. He took it on the far side. He comes all the way across the field to Staples before they run him out of bounds just shy of midfield on their own 49-yard line. So we might have an injured player. They do have an injured Greenbrier East player laid out right in front of us in front of the Beckley bench. Eric, you might have some scores while they attend the injured player.
Yep, I can pull them up. We'll look in the AAA ranks. 86, Huntington 86 out Charleston, nothing at halftime. Martinsburg's looks like they're going to shut out Stonebridge. Virginia 41-0. Hurricanes 65. Capital nothing at the half. Morgantown has extended this lead to 22-14 over Bridgeport. Parkersburg South 44, University 20 at the half. Princeton up 20, as you said, 20-6 over Bluefield.
Over Bluefield, yes.
Wheeling Park 49 and Brasher PA 8. So Wheeling Park putting up some points up north. And the game that everyone's in this area is looking for, Independence is down 27-26 with under 2 minutes to go at Oak Hill.
So Beckley will have the ball on their own 49-yard line. Well, this has been a very entertaining game.
It just went final.
Oh, so Oak Hill has upset Independence by 1 point. But Beckley has 1st and 10 on their own 49. We've had 2 kickoff returns for Beckley for a touchdown and a block punt by Greenbrier East for a touchdown. So 3 special team touchdowns combined for these 2 teams. Richardson works out of the gun. It'll be a running play, and that'll go for a yard, maybe 2. I say they're going to put him down at midfield. You know, Richardson the last couple drives, Eric, has been lining up under center. That time they went to the gun as they ran the ball right up the middle.
Yeah, and they picked up, a
yard.
Cool 2?
Yeah, give him a
Maybe
yard.
Give him a yard.
The game, as you mentioned, gone final. We thank Heather Belcher from Loot Press helping us out. As, Oak Hill lost to Independence last year 40-0, and the Red Devils get a win.
Under a new coach, Von Marions.
Yeah, they're 2-0. Here's a running play, Connor Ray. He spins. He's inside 45. He's very close to a first down. He's going to be maybe a yard, maybe 2 yards shy of what he needed, but that's a nice run by Connor Ray right there.
Yeah, good piece of running. Initial contact early in the hole, was able to spin. I like how Connor Ray runs the ball. If you look on the replay, he keeps both hands on the ball. Looks like old Larry Zonka back in the day.
Yep. Going to need a couple yards on 3rd down, and now they'll work up under center. And they'll run the I. They'll run Connor Ray up inside. He's not going to get there. Very close.
His forward progress may.
Yeah, I think he does have it. He had to get to the 41, the near side.
Whether it's a right foot or left foot
spot.
Well,
where the near side judge is standing, that should be enough for a first down, and it will be.
And I think that's the correct call. His forward progress, was stonewalled right at the sticks. So
yeah, right at the 41, right there where the official's standing. So a new package of downs for Beckley, and now the clock becomes a factor too. As we're 10.5 and counting, Beckley leading 42-33. 1st and 10, Beckley. If he's going to have any chance to pull off the win, they have to stop Beckley here. Beckley trying to maybe put the game away. Here's a running play up inside, and that's a nice little run.
That's going to be Jones, Landon Jones.
Yep, Jones.
The linebacker who's been all over the place. He's had to make a few stops on the defensive end. And who we hadn't saw since his 44-yard touchdown run? Elijah Waller has not touched the ball since that long touchdown run.
But I like what Beckley's doing here, being very methodical, taking their time, trying to run clock off. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Beckley at the East 38. Be in no hurry. They can even run the play clock down even a little further than what they have been. And they're at 15 on the play clock now. And Richardson will hand the ball up inside.
That looks like Ray.
They'll move the ball
No, I
forward.
think that's Bryce Ford.
It is Ford. And like I said, Beckley has run a lot of different backs. It's really been backed by committee. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. The ball's inside the East 35 at the Greenbrier East 34-yard line. So they're going to need about 3.5, 4 yards here on this 3rd down play. Like I said, Beckley in no hurry. I'm going to be under 9 minutes when they snap the ball on this 3rd down play. Up under center now. What do we got? And Beckley will burn a timeout. There was 11 on the play clock, so Beckley will take a timeout with 8:55 remaining here in the ball game, and Beckley up 42-33. So, Eric, let's go over some of the scores. And as you mentioned in this area, the biggest score is that Oak Hill defeats Independence by the score of 27-26. And, Eric, we had talked about over the last couple of years that eventually maybe the lack of being able to kick an extra point might come back to haunt Independence. And without seeing the game, I think it would be fair to say that may not be what cost them, but definitely if they had someone who could make the extra points, they may not have lost by 1 point.
And, you know, what sticks out to me, a couple of big stops by Oak Hill, you know, inside that I think their own 20 one time and 38-yard line. But the big thing is Tyler Linksweiler went out that game
in the first quarter
after scoring a touchdown and never returned. So you lose a big gun like that. But you know the streak had to end at some time. But look for Coach Lilly to get those troops back and ready for action next week.
Oak Hill, Independence had won 14 straight games until they were beaten tonight over in Fayette County. All right, out of the timeout, Beckley has it at the East 31-yard line, and they're going to run the ball, and Greenbrier East stacks them up. And it's going to be a loss back to the 35-yard line, and they lost a yard. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And that was actually Elijah Waller, and I said his number hadn't been called, and I guess Greenbrier East knew when he came in that he may get his number called, but
And, Eric, here's where I think Richardson can be so good, because this is a manageable 4th down. You can get him out on the pocket, out on the edge, where he has the opportunity to throw the ball or run because of
the RPO.
Yes.
The old RPO, Maris.
And that's what makes Devin Richardson. That's what makes his offense a little bit more lethal than maybe what Beckley has been in the last few years.
And looks like we're going to go to the gun a little bit.
Run the pistol set out of the shotgun.
Look for Redfern in the slot, but they got the safety cheating over towards him.
To throw. Comes near side. It's caught. Redfern, and he's not going to get there. Greenbrier East, Redfern went shy of what he needed, and when he curled back, Greenbrier East able to get him on the ground, and now East will take over on downs.
Yeah, I think they were counting on Redfern right here. As you see, he needed, 5? Ran him 4. Yep. Ran 4. Catches the ball, but a good rally to the ball by Greenbrier East as he, 7, 6, 7, 8 people coming to get him.
So, like I said before, Eric, I think this is the drive from their own 32 with 7:58 left in the game, and you're down 42-33. If East doesn't score on this drive, unless something bizarre happens, I don't think they're going to come back and win the game.
Yeah, they got their big stop right there. And, you know, each time they've gotten a big stop, they've been able to go down and put some points on the board. And once again, here's their best wideout is down at the bottom of your screen, and it looks like man coverage, and they run right at that coverage.
The ball, and that's a nice gain and out of bounds up over the 40. Great job. Once again, Nate Suttle has really impressed me tonight. He's been a heck of a runner for Greenbrier East.
Yeah, that was A.J. Thomas, big man A.J. Thomas coming up to make the tackle here. Young sophomore, and you're right. They were May got away with a face mask right there. Big time.
I'm not sure if we got an injured player or Beckley just called a timeout.
No, someone's laying.
Might be hurt. Someone there for Greenbrier East, but a nice gain on first down from the 32 up over the 40 out to the 41. It's a 9-yard pickup on first down to make it 2nd down and 1. So, Eric, see if you've got some more scores that you can dial up.
Sure enough, partner. We're going to go to the AA ranks. We're going to try to find a little score on the Shady Spring Tigers across town.
While you're looking that up, Bluefield and Princeton. Princeton now starting to pull away up to 27-6 late in that ball game.
Okay, Winfield 28. Herbert Hoover's battling back in the 4th. It's 28-22 Winfield. Mingo Central 61, Westside 6. Shady Springs still holding the lead in the 3rd, 21-7 over Nicholas County.
That was Nate Suttle who ran the ball that got hurt, Eric. He's coming out of the game. He's been one of their best, if not their best, offensive player tonight.
Yes, they have sky's the limit for this group of sophomores of Greenbrier East.
So it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Spartans as they come out of the injury timeout. They have the ball on their own 41. 7:45 left in the ball game. Beckley up 42-33.
As
here
a
comes
new running backs in. Yep. Carter Hamilton checks in for.
So here's Hamrick. He'll work from up under center.
Well, excuse me, that's a different.
Out of the eye. They'll run straight ahead. They got a first down, and that almost broke for a big one as the running back is tripped up, and that running back that time was Carter Hamilton, as you mentioned, a 5'10", 185-pound senior. But he has a first down to the 44.
Yeah, they need to be a little more deliberate, though, in their offense. 7:27. The clock is working against them right now.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more urgency here because they got to score twice.
Yeah, excuse me, urgency. I use.
Yeah, they're being too deliberate.
Yeah,
you got to go
deliberate.
a little. I knew what you meant. That's why I didn't correct you. I knew what you meant. We've worked together so long, I knew exactly what you meant.
You read my mind.
I'm telling you, coming up on 7 minutes for the game. Up under center's Hamrick. First down. It's going to be play action.
Play action.
Rolls the pocket. Looks deep. Got a man out there. It's intercepted.
Elijah Redfern.
Redfern with the pick. Crosses midfield. And a great play by Beckley, and they turn him away. Yes, that's the second interception of the game as Elijah Redfern comes up with a huge interception for Beckley and runs it back inside the midfield stripe, inside of there at Greenbrier East territory.
And here on the replay, great play action setup. And the last time, remember, Elijah bit on this. Redfern able to stay home and undercut this route. And right there, what a good play and a much-needed turnover for this Beckley defense.
Yeah, that might do it. I know there's still 6:49 left in the ball game, but you got to think now, Beckley ground and pound, make Greenbrier East use timeouts, maybe just power the ball here as they'll run with a real tight formation. Richardson with the first down at the East 46. And they'll run the ball straight ahead. Connor Ray's got a big gainer. He gets the ball down to the 46-yard line. Actually, this drive started at the East 47, but a nice gain on first down. They'll get the ball down to the East 40. 6.5 to go in the game.
Now this Beckley offense needs to be a little deliberate here.
Yes, very deliberate.
Are you using right, partner?
Yeah, you're on it. Well, Eric, they can run it down and snap the ball like 4 or 5 seconds on the play clock.
Exactly, and that's what I think. If you're trying to milk this clock and what you need to do to get this win.
Second down from the East 40. Richardson up under center. And that time looked like Ray slipped as he falls forward inside the 40 to the East 39.
I think he slipped forward for one. It did look like his plant foot when he got it in the ground kind of slid.
Perhaps a little dew on the turf, perhaps.
A little dew settling in because it was humid, today.
Yeah, you know how you take care of that dew? You pour some Pepsi on it.
Or you could drink its sister, Mountain Dew.
There you go.
Pepsi, Mountain Dew.
Do the dew,
Do the
right?
dew.
Big third down coming up. They have the ball, does Beckley, at the East 39-yard line.
So East, the last possession was able to stop them on third and fourth down.
And there's going to be a running play, and that'll move the sticks for a Beckley first down and then some. All the way inside the 30.
Looks like
down,
Landon Jones.
Jones down to the Greenbrier East 29-yard line.
It looks like Beckley's really wanting to tack it on as you look. Jones just follows big 62 up in the gut, and he's dragging, carrying a few Greenbrier Spartans with him.
So now you go back to the 40-second play clock, Eric. You got a new package of downs. We're coming up on 5 minutes for the game. And if you're at Beckley, you think you're going to run this all the way down, don't snap the ball till you got about 3 or 4 seconds on the play clock. They're going to run the ball straight ahead. That'll gain a yard or two. And they get the ball down to the Greenbrier East 28-yard line, pick up a yard on the play. So for Beckley, they'll hang on. They'll go 2-0 for the second straight year. They've got to go to Parkersburg South next week. For Greenbrier East, if they don't find a way to come back, they'll be 0-2, and they'll be at home with Bluefield, and Bluefield losing tonight at Princeton. When I say losing, they haven't lost the game yet, but the game's winding down as there's another running play by Jones.
And if you're Greenbrier East, it's the same scenario as last year if you get a Bluefield team that started, 0-2?
0-2, yep.
And, and that's – you got a Bluefield team coming, to town after 2 tough losses.
This ball will be down at the Greenbrier East 26-yard line. So it'll bring up a third down play. Beckley in no hurry, 3:50 and counting in the ball game. And there's going to get the ball to Waller, and he's stacked up. And East will throw him for a little loss or really no gain. And it'll bring up fourth down. And if you're Beckley, you can just let the time run down unless East will take a timeout right here. So it'll bring up fourth down, and I think Greenbrier East did burn a timeout. And if you're Beckley, Eric, I don't know if you want to take a chance on kicking a field goal. You probably just go for it here.
No, after that punt fiasco, I think you put it in your players' hands right here. You can dial up even a safe pass, to the
Here's the thing. You're right. Here's why you can throw the ball, because if you throw it and it's incomplete, the clock will stop. And if you run the ball and you don't get it, the clock's going to stop on this change of possession anyway.
Yeah,
so
no
you're right.
matter what, you can throw something safe.
You can throw the ball right here, and
Yes.
even if you don't hit it, like I said, the clock's going to stop
And
anyway.
I'm going to tell you, I've been very thoroughly impressed with this Devin Richardson, the quarterback.
Me too, yes.
He's played with poise. For his first, think about 2 games in, he looks the part.
Well, like I said, the thing that I like about him, he made some good decisions. He's very athletic. He can keep the play alive. He gives a presence, like if he can scramble. He can make things happen.
It didn't look like the moment was too big.
Right. Even though last week was his first career start, you're right. The moment wasn't too big. Now on this 4th down play, let's see what Beckley will do. They'll put Richardson up under center, put a man in motion. They are going to throw. He's
wide
got
open.
Time. Going deep down the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. The receiver slipped. You're right. He had him wide open, and because the receiver slipped, the ball comes up short, incomplete.
Of all the throws of the night, this is the most underthrown ball he's had. Let's see if he's playing.
If he
didn't get to step into it.
If he could have stepped into that would have been a touchdown there.
He did not step into it, and that's the worst throw of the night for him. And that was a great seam route, wide open. Good play call. The execution just a little bit short.
Yeah, it was a great play call because, like we said, incomplete, the clock stopped. If you ran the ball and you didn't get it, the clock was going to stop anyway on the change of possession. So with 3:27 left in the game, Greenbrier East one final chance here. But Eric, I think if you're East, I don't think you can run the ball. I think you got to throw it.
And they've been successful throwing it. So and that's the thing. And if you can get a quick strike here, onside kick, might be a false start.
Yeah, motion or the play clock ran down. I noticed the play clock's on 0. Maybe took too much time, and that's what it was, delay a game.
They've been flirting with that all evening, and it's not a good time for it to be called. But
so 1st and 15 on the penalty.
Hey, but once again, Greenbrier East behind the chains. What have they been able to do all night?
They've been able to hit the big plays when they've been behind the chains.
Move the sticks.
So it's going to bring up 1st and 15. And one of the things I think it takes so long because Hamrick runs over to the sideline every time to get the play.
Yeah, that's you see that a lot with a lot of teams, just keeping their personnel on.
So the ball back to the 23-yard line from the penalty. It'll be 1st and 15 for East. Hamrick waits on the shotgun snap, rolls the pocket. Will throw short, and it's caught. And a nice run after the catch, a nice yak up over the 30. I thought for a minute that ball was going to get picked.
I thought that was a pick
for a walk-in as we watch the replay here.
Yeah, as you see, jumped the route. I think that was MJ Staples again. And as Beckley changes some personnel.
Out to the 32, but East is going to have to be a little quicker. We're under 3 minutes for the game. They're going to have to go quick. And if you're Beckley, you just don't give up the big play. Hamrick with the shotgun snap. Rolls the pocket, going deep. Got a man out there, overthrew him.
Way to run with him. That's good defense by A.J. Thomas there. Man for man with this guy. And didn't tug on him, didn't do anything. But and that's just good defense.
Eric, I don't want to jinx anybody. We have not had a hold. We've not had a face mask. We've not had pass interference. We've not had none of the biggies.
It's been clean,
up
just
to
a
this
false
point,
start.
Just a false start.
And
I don't, because I say that with the last 2:45, I don't want to jinx anybody, but we haven't had any of that in this game.
Hey, because the last 2 times that you and I have said something, this game is going this way. Or
as soon as we say it, we say, man, this game's moving like like the hare, and then all of a sudden it's become, like the tortoise, like the snail.
What third and a long 6 here?
Here's Hamrick to throw. Got a man out there, and it's caught. A beautiful throw and a beautiful catch by Stone as Stone hauls it inside the Beckley 40. And Eric, that's a great thrown ball. As good as the throw was, the catch may have been even better.
Yeah, Elijah Redfern for Beckley on the defense here. I mean, he's running man to man right here, and it's just a better throw.
Great throw
catch.
and a great catch And the young man who made the catch now is down with a cramp there as they stretch him out. That was Caden Stone, a 5'8", 140-pound sophomore. And, Eric, as we talked about, the youth movement of the skilled people for Greenbrier East.
Hey, look, I mean, I know you're in the business of winning games, but even if you come up short in this game, a lot to build on because that quarterback is very nice. The running backs are nice. The tight end's nice. The wideouts are nice. And I don't know how young their line is. I know they have a couple of seniors on it. But if you look at their line.
They got a junior, sophomore, and 3 seniors.
Yeah, yeah. So but you can plug and play some linemen. They have a lot of skill coming back.
That was a 30-yard pass and catch. And Greenbrier's not done yet. With 2:39 left in the game, they have the ball at the Beckley 38.
You cannot afford to give up a touchdown here if you're Beckley. Onside, anything can happen. Onside
right, because
kick.
you figure if they score, that makes it 42-39. They could kick it and get it to 42-40, and then all they would need is a field goal if they were able to get an onside kick.
Yes.
So the
a lot of ball left right now.
So don't turn off video productions just yet.
Stay tuned.
It's nervous time.
Stay tuned.
You're on the edge of your seat as Greenbrier East with a first down at the Beckley 38-yard line. A beautiful throw by Hamrick and a beautiful catch that time by Stone. They'll work from the shotgun. Trips to the far side. Hamrick waits on the snap. Here comes the pressure. Hamrick in trouble, going right down the middle of the field. Got a man out there and just overthrew him. And I think the pressure forced Hamrick maybe to throw that ball a little quick, Eric.
I don't know what's going on with the safeties for Beckley. Can't let anybody deeper than you.
Right. And he split 2 of them.
2 of them, just right through them.
And like I said, the pressure that maybe Hamrick
made him release it a little
quick.
Yes.
If he was able to really maybe not have – if he had an extra second, that might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, you have to, if you're playing the middle of the field, your first 3 steps should be back. And I'm not sure. They're not going to – they may sneak a quick run here, but they're airing it out.
Yeah, and if anything, if you give up a pass, it's got to be underneath you. If you're back there, you can't, like you mentioned, can't give up over the top.
Yes.
Second down.
So those 2 deep safeties need to back up.
Hamrick to throw. Got a man. Nope. He just overthrew him. That
flag.
might be a penalty.
That is a flag.
Did they throw it? It should have been a Beckley penalty as they hit him late.
Yes. That's a flag.
There
it is.
Yeah, I was going to say that was clearly a late hit.
Yeah. That was a mental mistake by Waller right there.
Clearly a late hit, Elijah. And that's going to be 15 yards.
15 big ones.
And a first down. What a big play that is. As Beckley had them stopped, it's going to be 3rd and 10. Now it's going to be a first down, a 15-yard personal foul. Yeah, that's an easy play.
So they're going to be inside the 20.
Well, they're at the 38. They'll be the 23.
23?
Yeah, when they had the 15 yards.
I mean, just clearly.
You don't need that if you're Beckley. So there they go to mark off the 15-yard personal foul. That'll get the ball down to the 23 and a new package down for Greenbrier East with 2:17 left in the game.
No, you need to keep going. Yeah,
he's got to get to the 23. He's got to keep going.
That's the correct call, guys.
Well, that's definitely a penalty. No question about that. And the 15-yard penalty will take the ball to the Beckley 23. You know, Eric, sometimes when you boo, fans don't have the real heart in it sometimes. But I get it when you're loyal to a team. And, you know, we cover a lot of games. And, you know, I covered Beckley for 31 years. But, you know, they don't really need to see what they don't need to hear me say one way or the other. You could watch that on TV and you could tell that was clearly a penalty. All right, up under center's Hamrick from the Beckley 23. Hamrick will roll the pocket. There's a penalty flag thrown. The pass is caught. And another flag thrown. One came at the snap, and then one came after the play. So we'll have to sort this out.
Formation-wise, it's going to have to be something against Greenbrier East.
Well, real quick, the first flag came out on the snap of the ball as we get the replay. And then
false start maybe?
Well, if there's false start, they didn't blow it dead. And then there was a late flag at the end of the play. So the officials are getting together, and we'll see what we got.
Oh, Greenbrier East seems to be backing up.
So Princeton has defeated Bluefield by the score of 27-6. So Princeton 2-0, Bluefield 0-2. And let's see what the call is. Like I said, it might be a false start or illegal motion on East because the flag came out immediately when the ball was snapped. Yeah, there's the 5-yard mark off back to the 28.
Loss of down. Illegal touch. So they took the second penalty. Beckley declines the first, which was a false start.
Yes.
And the second one was illegal touching. So that's a loss of down.
Or illegal formation, yeah. So it is second down. The ball back to the 28-yard line of Beckley. 2:11 for the game. Trips to the far side. Single receiver here to the bottom of the screen. Hamrick with the shotgun snap. Pressure comes, steps up, down the middle. The ball is deflected and knocked down. Nice defensive play.
Yeah, by Bryce Ford right there.
Yeah, middle linebacker got a hand on it.
Finally got good depth, in his drop right there and made it tough for the quarterback to get it over top of him.
Well, they got 2 plays to pick up the first down. This is basically the game, these next 2 plays. And it'll be nervous time if East can keep the drive alive, and Beckley should be able to hold on if they're able to get a stop here with 2:07 left in the ball game. It's been a long game, but an entertaining one.
Very entertaining.
So from the 28-yard line. Trips to the far side. Hamrick works from the shotgun. Takes the snap. Pressure comes. Looks, throws, got a man out in the flat, and he overthrew him. It'll be 4th down.
Good play design right there, and finally well defensed in the defensive backfield for Beckley.
So if you're Beckley, you're thinking you got to hold them for one more down, and that should be good enough for Beckley to get their second win of the season. So at the 28-yard line of Beckley, Hamrick, after going to the Greenbrier sideline to get the play. Let's see what they'll cook up here with 2:03 left in the game. They've got to get the ball inside the 15.
This is the formation that's killed Beckley all night. Watch for 23 in the slot, running across her.
Hamrick to step up to throw. That's going to be caught, but nowhere near close to a first down.
Thomas.
And a late flag. Now another late flag. We've got 2 flags behind the play.
And it's going to be a late hit, probably personal foul variety on Beckley.
That's what Greenbrier is saying. That so if that's the case.
And we're going to watch
it's not an automatic first down, but it will keep the drive alive because it's 15 yards. And actually that might be enough when they mark off the 15 yards to be a first down.
On the replay, you couldn't see much. Let's see if we can. Okay, here at the end, we're watching it. And, oh, yeah, you can't do that. Picked them up.
So that's going to be, let's see, dead ball, 15-yard personal foul on Beckley as they mark it off. Let's see if that'll be enough. It'll
be automatic first down. Right?
Well, they don't have automatic first down. But it'll give them another play if it doesn't go past the sticks. And it will be a first down. It'll be a first down and goal. Let's see where they put it down at, right at the 10, first and goal.
Yeah, this game, just like that, this game is far from over, folks.
So, Greenbrier, we talked about it, their best plays have been 3rd and 4th down, where Beckley has looked like they've had it under control, and then Greenbrier finds a way. And like I said, Beckley
has to find a way.
2 big personal foul penalties on this drive.
To stop stepping on their own toes with these penalties.
Now let's see, the officials are going to get together. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I didn't see where the spot was, but I don't think that was enough for.
It was on the 28. So 28 and 15. They put the ball at the 10. That's an 18-yard. It should go to the 13.
13-yard line.
Yeah, it should be the 13, which would be enough for a first down.
Yeah, but it should be at the 13.
That's correct. It should be at the 13.
Let's see.
I think they're going to reset the clock. They're going to keep the ball at the 10. So they put from 141 to 157. So they've added time on the clock.
Yeah, but also the spot.
The spot's going to stay at the 10-yard line. So it's first and goal. So here's Hamrick from the shotgun.
So right here, your pass rush has to be really, really fast because you have to get to I thought Beckley jumped.
They're going to run the ball, settle, up inside. They thought maybe they could spread Beckley out and run it. And that probably helps Beckley of the fact that East ran the ball there. They get the ball to the 6-yard line and bring up 2nd and goal. Clock turning, 1:44 and counting remaining in the ball game. This is the 10th play of the drive. This drive started back on their own 28-yard line. A minute and a half remaining. Really, if you're East, I don't think you can really afford to run the ball here, Eric. We'll see what they do. Hamrick takes the snap with time. They flush him out of the pocket. He's going to run. Will he get there? He fights. He's going to be shy of the goal line. He didn't get out of bounds. The clock will continue to run. Great play by Beckley defense to keep him out of the end zone, and now East will have to burn a timeout.
Quarterback may be shaken up, or someone from Beckley. Another cramp setting in.
And if that is the quarterback, that's a big play. He'd have to come out for one play as we watch the instant replay. The ball is down. So let's see where they put it down. Maybe
looks
right
like
at the
the
1.
2.
The 2?
Right here, but the spot could be the one with
I think it's the
progress.
one where the officials stand it
yes.
down. So if the quarterback is the one with the cramp.
I was looking at the down marker.
Yeah, he's got to come out. I'm looking right there with the official standing, and that's big. So if they bring Hamrick out, they'll probably go to Suttle for a direct snap. But 1:15, if they get a touchdown and they get it to 42-39 and make the extra point, and they would have a chance with an onside kick to go down and kick a field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
So if you're just joining us here on Video Productions, where have you been all night? And hopefully you haven't turned off whatever device you're watching the game on, whether it be on our website, whether it be on YouTube, or whether it be on Facebook, in the comfort of your home or wherever you might be watching it from or at. I hope that you've enjoyed it. But, Eric, this has been one heck of a game.
It has, and hats off to Greenbrier East because they've been down double digits 3 consecutive times and been able to battle back. And here they're knocking on the door to bring it within, an onside kick of winning this game.
Well, first they got to get a touchdown. And we're coming out of the timeout. So here we go.
And you're right, the quarterback is out.
And they'll probably do what they did the last time is they'll put Suttle. Well, they have to take the quarterback out, and Suttle will be up under center from the 1.
Straight ahead.
On 3rd down, they try to run the sneak, and he's going to get there. Touchdown, Greenbrier East. The 4th, and now another flag comes in at the end of the play. This is what you get a lot of times when you get Beckley and Greenbrier East, and the touchdown. It's going to go against Greenbrier East.
Yes.
You cannot. I don't think you can aid the runner in.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
The old bush push.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know about that.
You know about that one, right?
That's what they did. You cannot aid the runner into the end zone. If we can get that on replay again. And that will nullify the touchdown. What a big play that is. And we'll try to get that for you if we can. But that'll take the ball back to the 6-yard line. And it wasn't a hold. What it was, you could not aid the runner across the goal line. Right here,
yeah,
you can
because
see.
He stopped and
you can see they push him, they pull him across the goal line. You cannot do that, and that's why it's only a 5-yard penalty. The ball comes to the 6-yard line.
But now you have a chance to get your quarterback back in.
Right. But you had a touchdown there, but, now they bring Hamrick back. So it's 1:03 left, so they've still got a couple of chances.
Yeah, 2 chances to get in the end zone. Oh, isn't that penalty break? They may have gotten away with one there.
So Hamrick from the gun takes the snap, looks, throws short. It's caught out in space. Will it get there? No.
What
Great
a hit.
defensive play as they try to get Suttle. 54 seconds and counting. It comes down to 4th down, the 12th play of the drive. And East will call a timeout from the Beckley 2. 49 seconds left in the game.
Yes.
And right here, everything rides on this play for East to have any chance. So if you're East, you've got to score a touchdown. And if you make the extra point, you're within 2. If you miss it, you're still down 3. And then you have to kick and onside kick. That's a nice defensive play there.
Yeah, open field tackle by
Elijah Redford. What a great play that was, as you mentioned, in the open field. So a lot of things have to happen right for Greenbrier East, and a lot of things have to go wrong for Beckley for East to win this game.
Yes, and exactly. But you can bet your bottom dollar that Beckley wants to keep them out of the end zone.
Nobody wearing any scintilla of maroon tonight wants to see East in the end zone and down 2 with a chance to get an onside kick and a chance to come down and win the game. Nobody wants to see that if you're on the Beckley side. So this has been a heck of a game. Next week we'll be at Shady Spring, as I think Shady did win tonight, did they not, Eric? They were ahead pretty much all night at Nicholas County. They'll take on Summers County next Friday. You and I will be there. That game will kick at 7 o'clock. The big news around week 2, Independence falls by 1 point tonight.
Yeah, that's the big news around the state.
Yep, a 1 point loss to Oak Hill, 27-26. You got to think they're going to throw the ball with one chance right here from the 2-yard line.
And look for something out of the backfield. I think is your best chance of scoring. Get it to your little scat back out in space.
Out of the eye, Hamrick. They're going to run the ball, and it's going to be a touchdown. The 4th touchdown of the night for Nate Suttle. And with 45 seconds left, Greenbrier East isn't done yet. That makes it 42-39. That, Eric, was a 12-play drive, and that is 72 yards. A 12-play, 72-yard drive, and it finishes with a 2-yard touchdown run from Suttle. And your scoring recap by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Nothing tastes better than an ice cold Pepsi. So it's 42-39, trying to get it to 2 points. Snap, and we got a penalty. And actually, that probably helped Greenbrier East that there was a snap, because they're going to back them up 5 and get a chance to re-kick. But Suttle has had a huge night for Greenbrier East. And that's what they'll do. They'll penalize East. And really, when you look at it, Eric, the difference in the game has been that Beckley, if they're able to hang on and win, have made one more special team play than Greenbrier East.
Yeah, and this has been a battle all the way to the end, and special teams may have bailed Beckley out for this win.
Of course, it'll be this extra point is huge, and then special teams play on the onside kick, no matter if he makes it or misses it, but it changes the dynamic if he makes it, because then a field goal, if East was to get the onside kick, could win it. The kick is on its way.
It's good.
It looks good, and it's not. No, it had the distance, but it missed. So now, with 45 seconds left in the ball game, it's 42-39.
We're going to see this kick on the replay.
And we know we got an onside kick coming.
Oh.
So if you're Beckley, Eric, you got to get
special teams.
Your All-State.
What you call the hands team.
Your All-State team, your good hands team.
Yep.
Because and here's the thing, if you're East, you probably want to do what Beckley did to start the game. You want that high hop on the turf.
Yes.
That's the key for a successful onside kick. So everybody in the stadium knows what's coming. And if it's successful, we got drama. And if it's not, Beckley will hang on and get their second win. But if you're Beckley, you want all your good hands people, the All-State team as they call it. By the way, All-State Insurance, we appreciate Lori Richmond and All-State being one of our sponsors. So East will tee it up right there at the 40. 45 seconds left in the game. And Beckley up 3. And the difference is right. 3 missed extra points from Greenbrier East. So they'll tee it up. Let's see if they'll go to one hash or the other, and they will. They'll bring the ball to the near side hash. And now the referee's saying, I don't know. Yeah, he can. And that's where they want to put it down, on the near side hash. And you got to get that big hop if you're East. If you're Beckley, you want to get on the ball and get down. And here we go. The onside kick. And now there's going to be
offsides?
Or a timeout, I believe. A timeout. Beckley calls a timeout. So, Beckley called a timeout maybe to see what Greenbrier East, how they were going to line.
Yes.
But when they come out of the timeout, East might do something different. So we'll see. This is the chess match that the teams play.
Don't forget the 5th quarter after tonight's game. Thanks to Stanford Missionary Baptist.
So we'll see what's going to happen here as each team is on the respective sidelines talking to their coach, special teams coach. And if you're Beckley, you got to be ready for anything. You got to think that maybe that they're trying to get that high hop. And usually, Eric, when I see games from college and the pros, like the way East set the ball up on one hash and maybe try to kick it across the way to the other hash, because if you set it up on the near side hash, Beckley had the near side overloaded, and maybe they think they can kick it on the other side.
Yeah, and outnumber them.
Right, and outnumber them.
Outflank them.
Right, where Beckley doesn't have as many players. So we will see. And now –
And you usually want to kick towards your bench.
Yeah, and now let's see what they do, because instead of kicking on the hash, they moved it not to the center of the field, but a little closer to the center of the field. So here we go, 45 seconds left here in regulation. The onside kick's coming. And there it is with that big hop, and Beckley's going to secure it, and that will get the victory for Beckley, and they will be able to go 2-0. Just take a couple of knees and finish the game. But what a great, interesting, exciting game this has been as it came down to the final onside kick. And, you know, another big play. There's so many big plays in this game, Eric, but I think were Beckley able to steal a possession at the beginning of the game.
That's the play of the game.
Well, that give them that extra possession, and that touchdown could be the difference of the game. Beckley had 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown. East had a blocked punt for a touchdown. We've seen a little bit of everything in this game. And now Beckley,
we've covered all bases in this game for
yes,
sure, everything.
But the one thing, and I wouldn't think we'd have it now, no holding penalties, no face mask, nothing like that. We've had personal fouls. As now there's a knee, and that should do it.
That should do it.
And Beckley will go 2-0 for the second straight year. And Greenbrier East will fall to 0-2. So that's it. We'll go to our fourth quarter break coming up. Final score, Beckley beats Greenbrier East 42-39. You've been watching exciting high school football here on Video Productions. We'll be right back.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Offering a variety of primary care services, Access Health specializes in women's health, pediatrics, family practice, adult medicine, and behavioral health. Our staff offers quality personal care with exceptional service and innovative technology to keep you and your family well. Access Health, we're your medical home.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Welcome to the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show as we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium in Beckley with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, produced and directed the game tonight. Jackie Moon on camera. And still tabulating over there some of the numbers is Chris Ferris, our stat guy, and we'll give Chris a little time to get that done. But, Eric, we had a little bit of everything in this game, and that's what you expect when Beckley and Greenbrier East play. And through everything between penalties, kickoff returns, block punts, big plays on both sides. Great plays from Elijah Redford on both sides of the ball. Great play tonight by Hamrick, the quarterback of East, just like Richardson, the quarterback from Beckley. Also Subtle, the running back for East. A lot of great players and great plays. A lot of things happen tonight, but when it's all said and done, Beckley finds a way to get the win, 42-39. What an outstanding game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And this game was worth the price of admission if you came to the stadium, but it was definitely worth sitting at home, eating your popcorn, and watching us on video productions. This game was everything we thought it would be. And my hat's off to Greenbrier East, though, because they battled back 3 times from 2 or more touchdown deficits to really stay in this game.
Yeah, so right now we're going to take our first post-game break. That'll give Chris Ferris time to get all these stats totaled up, and Eric will give them to you on the other side of the break. You're watching the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show streaming here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Offering a variety of primary care services, Access Health specializes in women's health, pediatrics, family practice, adult medicine, and behavioral health. Our staff offers quality personal care with exceptional service and innovative technology to keep you and your family well. Access Health, we're your medical home.
Football season is starting and the all-star lineup of new Kias are here at Friendship Kia of Beckley. We have the playbook to help you score the big win on your new Kia purchase. We make sure you get the best price with almost all of our new cars priced at invoice. And don't forget, we have one of the largest selections of inventory to help find you that perfect ride. We have a roster full of non-commissioned sales staff and an any reason 7-day exchange program. So get off the bench and get a new Kia from your friends at Friendship Kia of Beckley.
We're dealing! You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium here in the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show as Beckley has defeated Greenbrier East here tonight by the score of 42-39. Beckley is now 2-0 on the young season. Greenbrier East is 0-2. And, Eric, you have the numbers from this Beckley win.
Yeah, Maris, Greenbrier East was able to outgain the Flying Eagles 312 yards to 286. And Greenbrier East found something after that first quarter. They didn't really move the ball at all, but the last 3 quarters they thoroughly dominated the Flying Eagles through the air as their quarterback, Hamrick, finished 12 of 24 for 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, and he got banged around all night, was out a couple of times and came back in, and their young team really grew up, I think, in this game tonight. And they were led on the ground with 54. They only had 68 yards rushing, 54 by Subtle on 23 carries. I mean, they, like you said, they had, a couple of 12 play drives, 11 play drives, and they really stayed in the game that way. On the flip side, Beckley churned out 286 yards, as I stated, 87 yards through the air, but Devin Richardson was thoroughly efficient. He was 5 of 8 for 87 yards and a touchdown, and all his passes were big-time plays.
And not only that, Eric, the big thing, he didn't turn the ball over.
Did not turn the ball over and held the ball. And they were led on the ground by Elijah Waller, and he had 6 carries for 93 yards. Elijah Redfern was real efficient. He had 6 receptions for 87 yards and a score, and carried the ball 3 times for 10 yards and 2 scores.
And, Eric, last week Beckley had 11 guys carry the ball. Tonight, 9 different guys carried the ball. Totals up 199 yards rushing on.
200 yards rushing on the ground. That ground and pound. But like I said, I think that offense looks totally different now with the threat of Devin Richardson able. And I'm sure they have some packages where they can spread you out and throw. The thing they need to work on between game 2 and 3 is that secondary.
Yep. All right, we're going to take one final break here in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. We'll come back on the other end of the break and wrap this one up. Final score, Beckley beats East 42-39. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Access Health is your medical home, committed to providing comprehensive health care to ensure the health and well-being of you and your family. Offering a variety of primary care services, Access Health specializes in women's health, pediatrics, family practice, adult medicine, and behavioral health. Our staff offers quality personal care with exceptional service and innovative technology to keep you and your family well. Access Health, we're your medical home.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
And we're back one final time here at Van Meter Stadium in Beckley. The final score, the Flying Eagles defeat Greenbrier East 42-39. Beckley goes 2-0, East 0-2. And Eric, your overall thoughts, not just tonight, but in the first 2 weeks of Beckley getting to 2-0 before they take on Parkersburg South next week?
Well, I think Beckley handled business like they should have and wanted to. You got to, maintain your home field advantage. They defended the Van Meter Stadium here, got off to a 2-0 start to go on the road to a tough Parkersburg South team who they played closer than that final score last year, and I think they're a little more multiple on offense this year, so I'd like to see how they match up with them.
So it'll be a big test for the Flying Eagles on the road at South. South, they've been really explosive the first 2 weeks of the season, so we'll wrap this one up. Once again, the final score, Beckley wins at 42-39. For our entire staff here, it's Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing, Jackie Moon on camera, Chris Farish stats. For my partner Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. Once again, repeating the final score, Beckley beats Greenbrier East 42-39. Until we talk from you next Friday, it'll be Summers County at Shady. Good night, everybody.